High School Sports Live, in partnership with 27, is proud to present the Central Dauphin Rams and the visiting Harrisburg Cougars. This broadcast is brought to you by our premier sponsor, the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Hello, everybody. I'm Todd McCall, along with Archie Smith Jr. and Jerome Presley. Today here at Landis Field, we got a big one. It's homecoming, Saturday game. No competition other than this right here is in between the wedges, in between the lines. It's football time. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about the road team coming in. They're 6-0. There's a swag, as you talked about too, Archie, that I don't know that I've seen around these Harrisburg Cougars teams in years. Harrisburg Cougars, we could talk about from the lineup from top to bottom, from center to the linebackers positions to even in the secondary. But when it all comes down to it, it comes down to number 23, Micah Parsons. Offense, defense, what can we say?
Well, I tell you what, we start with Micah Parsons. He donned the green last year for 2 years and a half, actually, and now he's in black and playing for the Cougars. And right now he's having an amazing year. He's over 500 yards rushing, 16 touchdowns on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, 7.5 sacks. Almost 12 tackles for losses, so he's been a menace all over the field. But you talk about other positions. At quarterback, Yamir Wilkerson returned from a suspension last week and helped this Harrisburg team put up 82 points on Chambersburg. 82 points. That's what happened. And then you have him throwing to Shaquan Anderson-Butts, who's the Penn State commit that has shown that he can play and do the things he needs to do. Now we shift sides to the Central Dauphin side of the ball. This is a team that could be a trap game for this Harrisburg team, and they have players too. Brady Schraub at the quarterback position, almost 1,000 yards passing and 8 touchdowns. And then when they want to run the ball, they hand the ball off to Mike Weisbell, who's actually having a very good year as well, gotten into the end zone 8 times also.
And Archie, Harrisburg Cougars come in, there's a swag to this team, as I said to Jerome, that we haven't seen in years past. And then I look at focus on Central Dauphin. First, talking a little bit about why Harrisburg would have that swag at 6-0.
I mean, these guys have, like Jerome said earlier, they've been unstoppable on offense and defense. What is working, I think the coach would not go away from that. These guys believe in their coaches. They believe in the game plan, and they're going to come out and try to execute the same thing. Now, if I'm Central Dauphin, I still have in the back of my mind the 11-point win that we had in our hands last week, and then we kind of blew it. All right, I mean, they was up big on East, and they kind of let it get out of hands. But I think that right now the coaches all week have let them know that these guys are focused. They're not going to relax, as we say, get content when we have a big point lead. We're going to come out there, we're going to focus, and we want to finish the game today. I mean, it's homecoming. I mean, it's homecoming for some of these seniors. This is it. So the seniors are letting these younger players know that, hey, guys, let's give it our all out here today. Let's fight for each other. Let's have each other's back, and let's try to end this game with a W.
And when you talk about W, now there's another focus here outside of this game just being homecoming Central Dauphin and Harrisburg, and that is both these gentlemen to my left are wearing the pink. And the pink, and this is breast cancer awareness. And I know firsthand what that's like. My wife is a survivor, and I honestly can say that both of these gentlemen here in the pink, we just want every woman to know out there, from young to old, that we care. And you see it across the board, Jerome. People wearing pink socks today. And just anyone that's going through this right now, you know that, first of all, God is there. We're there with you. And Jerome, just one more statement about that is that sometimes things go beyond just football.
Yeah, it definitely goes beyond football. And the good thing is we have a lot of ladies out there that watch football and enjoy football, and they're a part of football too. So to you, we salute you.
And we know they can survive.
Yes, I have an auntie back home in New Orleans, Louisiana, who fought, and she's a survivor also. So keep your heads up, keep striving. We're with you.
Keep striving. We're talking surviving. Harrisburg, Central Dauphin. We're very hyped for this one. Coming right up, kickoff.
Every day, we pride ourselves in what we do. Hard work is put into every pre-owned vehicle we put on the road. We make sure they are all safe and reliable for your peace of mind. Your real value comes from the Hoffman name and the people that stand behind it. So if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, just call me, Ryan.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. we help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Oh, it's Saturday football time. Archie Smith, Jr., Todd McCall, Jerome Presley. We're excited here from George Speed Ebersol Stadium, Landis Field. Jerome, it's football time. Ben Buskirk is set to kick to Parsons, and Kent back to receive for Harrisburg. This series, guys, 24-21-2. It's in favor of Harrisburg. Anything can happen here today. Saw a real serious focus on the Central Dauphin Rams. Harrisburg Cougars, hyped as always. And as Archie mentioned and Jerome mentioned, there's a swag you have when you're 6-0, Jerome. And that swag is definitely here at Landis Field today.
Yes, it is. I mean, the swag is about domination, and that's what Harrisburg wants to do today.
Mark Parsons across the 10-yard line. He'll take it left side. Oh, he'll break a tackle like he does. He's going to go down the sideline, and he's already going to show a little bit of seriousness. He played here just 2 years of his career, freshman, sophomore year. He's now in the Harrisburg jersey, and ever since he's come to the Harrisburg jersey, Archie Smith, since he's put on that gray, white, and silver, this young man's even elevating his game at even a higher level than even Division I football.
It is 1st and 10 for the
style
Cougars right at the 20-yard line.
Central Dauphin was more of a jet sweep. Harrisburg is more of a power style. So they implemented his talents into a power style, guys.
All right, underneath quarterback, shotgun formation is Wilkerson. He'll have 3 receivers split to the right, and he'll put Ken in motion. Give is to Parsons. Parsons, right side up the middle, picking up extra yardage. And that's going to hurt every time he gets the ball, Jerome, because he can do that. He can bust off 6 or 7 for you, and then they can just move the ball down the field.
Yeah, he definitely can. But what you want to know is keep an eye on the linebacking core for the Central Dauphin team. You have number 13, Noah Hoffman, Mason Griffins, and Adam Burkhart. They are all 3 kept the tradition going with the linebackers of Central Dauphin. They always pump out very good linebackers, and they're going to be called upon to stop the run.
Wilkerson going to get his call, seeing in their second 2, so Parson picks up 8 on his first carry. First possession for Harrisburg, and there's a whistle. I don't know if they got the play off. But in that linebacking core, and Archie mentioned it too. Archie being on that defensive side was confident with what he's seen in the linebacker core from the defensive side. And Archie, you've always been confident with what you saw with Central Dauphin's secondary through the years. I know you've always complimented the coaching staff on what they've done with their secondary. They're a little banged up today.
Well, guys, what you're going to see, a heavy dose of inside runs, what you just seen Harrisburg come out with. But I'm looking for Central Dauphin to stay within their game plan. What I mean by that, the DBs cannot get caught looking into the backfield with these receivers. You got to stay on your man and let the linebackers and D-line handle the running back and quarterback responsibility.
And Archie and Jerome, can I talk about, like, people don't really understand when you are in the secondary and you have to come up for run support. You're now coming up for run support. You might be 6 foot tall, you might weigh 165, but your run support's coming up and nailing 245. I tell you what, a lot of these guys got to play some serious defense, and size doesn't matter. It's the fighting the dog, Jerome.
Yeah, it has to be. And again, the bottom line is you're a football player, and you're a defensive football player when you're on the defensive side of the ball. So I think right now, you just see the penalty there. I think we're going to false start on Harrisburg. But defense is about tackling. It's about playing within the scheme and not thinking too much. And I think that's what you get from Central Dauphin. If Central Dauphin didn't lose the game last week to CDs, this game would look different. I think people would have talked differently about this game, even though the importance of this game is big, because you would have had a 1-loss CD team knocking off CD East, already knocking off Cumberland Valley, and it's this set up. Well, because of that loss, I think people kind of lost a little bit of what they thought Central Dauphin could be. That's a mistake, or could be a mistake.
Wilkerson, shotgun formation, twin receivers left and right. Wilkerson back to pass. He's a lefty. Goes to Kent Jr. over the top, and they'll move the chains.
Wilkerson's pass complete.
And you know that running game will set up that passing game.
Give him 15 yards out to the 38.
So that'll be a first down and move chains. There was a penalty before that, backing them up 5. Parsons had 1 carry for 8 so far.
1st and 10 Cougars.
A penalty on a false start, and now it's 1st and 10, ball on the 38-yard line. Single receivers, twins, or side. Parsons left side, and breaking through, blowing up the play like he knew it was coming. I mean, you see these amazing blowing them up plays. out of the Central Dauphin. That's Adam Bookcart, and that's where Archie talked about inside those trenches. And Jerome, you mentioned it. You've always been impressed with the linebacking core and the effort of the Central Dauphin team.
Yeah, I mean, Central Dauphin is known for a lot of different things, but two in particular. Number one, they're wrestlers, and number two, they're football players, especially linebackers. And many times they're one and the same. These guys do the one thing they do well as football players is they tackle well. And just like when you bring that wrestling thought mindset to it, that grappling is the same thing. So you don't break tackles from that.
Oh, there's a ball loose. It's going to be recovered by Harrisburg. Archie, I'm going to come back down to you for a moment here on this. There is a different focus on this defense right now. Central Dauphin on their homecoming field, Landis Field, they're bringing a little bit of tempo on defense right now.
Guys, they're over here yelling like the Spartans from 300 before the play is even started. I mean, they got this chant going on that's trying to throw off Harrisburg from making audibles at the line, and these guys are swarming everywhere. The cheerleaders and the coaches and the players, everybody, man, they got this little chant going on, guys. It's very remarkable what I'm hearing going on.
Well, that'll be a third down and 29, ball in the 19-yard line. Harrisburg going backwards. Wilkerson with trouble, going left. Dumps off. Jaquan Anderson Butts. Anderson Butts down the sideline. I thought for a moment if he did not step out, Jerome.
Well, there's a penalty too on the play. And that's one of the problems that ends up happening. You have a very good two defensive plays against a very good Harrisburg team, and then all of a sudden they make a positive play, and then you tack on a penalty to that. So that's what you can't do. If you're Central Dauphin, you cannot give Harrisburg opportunities. You have to take those opportunities away. With either team, you don't want to be a counter puncher. You want to initiate the punching. And so far, you've had Central Dauphin initiating until the penalty. Now this is a big one too.
Boy, what a turnaround! I mean, Central Dauphin came out very fired up defensively.
And again, the play didn't do this. It was the penalties that did this to them. So now, the play, they are able to get the almost turnover, push Harrisburg all the way back, and then the very next play, huge penalty, and now we're at a 4th and 3.
So 4th and 3 for Harrisburg. Wait a minute. Make it 2. And
it's about 2.5, yep.
It'd be about 2.5. We're going to talk about it. Our officiating crew was going to discuss this. And
yeah, initially I thought it was going to be an automatic first down.
No, it'll be okay. So it'll be 4th.
Third.
Third down. Okay, yeah, okay. Now they're signaling 3rd down. The clock or the stadium clock here says, scoreboard says 4th and 2. On the field I saw 3rd. The down markers say 3rd, so it's 3rd and 2. Wilkerson left side. Butts will have the first down, and that'll move the chains. And then 2 for Wilkerson on this possession.
So again, now you see the Harrisburg offense with the penalty and another quick play. Now they're moving. First down, they're on the other side of the 50, and that's the problem. Can you contain this offense for the entire duration of the game? That's what other teams haven't been able to do.
Wilkerson to Parsons. Parsons pushing forward. A lot of green jerseys. Coming up making that tackle was Joey Silvers for Central Dauphin.
We have Jaden Baylor, the 11th grader, 6'4", 294-pound junior, also on the play.
So it'll be 2nd and 6. Balls on the 40 for Harrisburg. Wilkerson looked right side, staying looking right side. Pass is complete. And that'll be Daniel Henrique. And again, moving the chains very effectively. I've said it the last several years that we've had Wilkerson. This quarterback stands in there. He gets great time because they got a big physical offensive line, but he delivers. He's 3 for 3.
And these are timing passes for him, and he's very accurate. And you've seen him mature from last year. Each year he's been under center for the Cougars. He's matured. And again, these short throws, intermediate throws, will suck the defense up with the plan to go over top.
Wilkerson bouncing outside to Kent Jr. Kent Jr.'s a speedster across the 20, stand on his feet. He'll be knocked out of bounds, pretty much drug out of bounds by A.J. Blair of Central Dauphin.
And you saw on that play, receiver Shaquan Anderson-Butts out there lead blocking and doing a very good job stalk blocking from its receiver position.
Well, eight-play drive, consisting over 5 minutes for a lot of stoppage and play with penalties. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Harrisburg. And we got a nice fall day. The fall foliage starting to change here at Landis Field, with everybody in pink, donning their pink for their pink out. The support of breast cancer, which I'm encouraged by. Wilkerson back to pass. Pump fakes. Lozano's feet's going to cut it up at the 10-yard line, making a move, and a very effective move for Wilkerson. That's another danger, Archie. It's another danger when you get him, because if you don't contain on him, I mean, he can kill you with your legs.
Well, guys, what you have right here, I like what Central Dauphin defense is doing, but as me and Jerome can tell you, that's the play that every DB or linebacker hates, is a scrambling and mobile quarterback, because they're able to extend the plays.
They're definitely extend the play. 1st down and 6, ball on the 6-yard line, knocking on the door of Central Dauphin here. Their backs against the wall. They came out very fired up, had some good defensive effort going, and penalty killed them, and Harrisburg's now clicking. Quick pitch to Parsons. Parsons cutting it up, bouncing on the outside. He'll walk in. Touchdown, Harrisburg. They're on the board. Micah Parsons, 10-play drive, capped off by a 6-yard touchdown by Parsons.
And I think what makes Parsons so difficult is how many times he sheds the block of the initial person that has contact with him. He does not go down sometimes with 2, 3, maybe even 4 guys around him. So his strength and his power, and he has the elusiveness of a guy smaller. So again, Harrisburg did what they needed to do on the first drive. After weathering the heightness of CD on that first defensive drive, they come back and they're able to score.
Well, Anderson-Butts' kick is good. Harrisburg on the board, 7-0 more from Landis Field after these messages.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, welcome back. 10-play drive that consisted of 5 minutes for Harrisburg. And Parsons taking in from 6 outside, so it's Harrisburg 7, Central Dauphin nothing here on homecoming. And the Cougar Band, one of the best bands, I think, Jerome, bar none out there. The Cougar Band they get me going. I absolutely love that Harrisburg Cougar Band. And
right.
I am a big champion of that direction, but bands on both sides. I mean, we couldn't have Friday night, Saturday football without bands.
Not at all.
Something about it at the high school level, college level.
And I'm digging all the pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we talked about that in the pregame. So it's good to see a lot of people around the Harrisburg area representing
Micah Parsons, straight kick. It'll be picked up by Pope. Pope cutting up across the 30. Pope bouncing outside across the 40-yard line. Flags are down across the 50. Micah Parsons will knock him out of bounds, but I think that's going to come back. That's going to probably negate a beautiful run by Seville Pope. We'll see, though. Yeah, it's going to be holding on the special teams of the Rams that are moving back.
Well, I'll tell you what, and this is a very important statistic to look at when you're talking about this game, and in particular Harrisburg. We talked about that Harrisburg's ability offensively and their defense ability to stop people. They average 50 points a game, right. Okay? 50.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a guess at how much they give up a game?
You know, when I looked inside the numbers, I think it was less than 14, wasn't it?
It's 4.
It's 4.
Okay. So they put 50 points and they only give up 4. I mean, when you talk about dominance, you tell me if that's not dominance.
Boy, pushing a pile. Yeah, Burkhart pushing the pile. Adam Burkhart is also fullback or linebacker. He's 5'11", 220. He pushed the pile. Parsons, Butts, everybody on that defensive side had to come in and join in to bring him down. And That's something that's the strength of the Rams running game of the year. Hey, they've won 6 divisions in the last
they have.
8
I mean,
years.
and that's what I'm saying. They're always in the discussion for the Commonwealth title. I mean, and that's why they're well coached. And that's why when you come in as a Harrisburg team, you can't take this team lightly.
Pope. Drops pass to Pope is complete. Pope does a little bit more without. That's going to be moving the chains. That'll be a first down for a Central Dauphin. Brady Straub, the senior, 6'2", he's 183, 60 for 105 with 944 yards this season, averaging 157 on the year. Last week he was 12 for 22 for 217 in the TD against East.
Mike Weisbell, we talked about what he can do. He is a very powerful stopped runner. This kid is huge when you look at the size of him. At 5'10", 232 pounds, bowling ball at that running back position.
Weisbell right side looking like a small little Bettis. Oh, he is looking to hunt people. Archie Smith. Weisbell is going to hunt that secondary out a little bit. I don't know if you saw that, but he's looking to punish those guys while he's running the ball.
Guys, they got a nice little thing that they got going on here. They're using both of their power backs. If you can see, both of these guys are like 230 pounds, and they're going straight up the field, guys. I like it.
Ball in the 34. Pope's going to drop. Straub's pass. He dumped it off, and no good. So it'll be 2nd and 10. So an incomplete pass on the play. Straub to Pope. Call coming in from the sideline, as we see very often. Offensive coordinators holding up the signs. And boy, to be a quarterback today, Jerome, I mean, it's a full-time job to study just what the coaches are calling from the sideline. And this is at the high school level. We see it at the pro level, college level. Eye for Bell. Bell left side. Bell just pushing forward. And he'll be wrestled down by Deontay Payne, the outside linebacker, 6 foot 215 for Harrisburg, number 54, making the tackle.
Well, you see a power look where you see 2 up backs for Central Dauphin with a running back behind them in a power look. So they're going right over the A gap and the B gap and try to get those fullbacks to get out and clear some space for the running back behind it. So that's good straight ahead running. They're basically saying we're coming right at the tooth of your defense. Not try to go wide on your speed, but go right up the middle and test your strength.
3rd down and 5 for Central Dauphin. Big 3rd down. Weisbell, Wise left side. No, he's not going to make it. Parsons coming up to make a tackle, but boy, was he hit hard. That's Bernie come up, the linebacker. He's only 11th grade, 5'9", 200. Jai Burney came up to make the tackle, and boy, he put a hit on him.
And we talk about Parsons a lot, but as you mentioned, Dupree is a very, very stout linebacker, and they have talent across the defense for this Harrisburg team.
Bernie coming up to make it. Parsons finishes the tackle. It'll be 4th and 5 from the 29. Straub feeling pressure, but it's going to be wrestled down, and they're going to get the stop they were looking for. Harrisburg will. Morrell, the outside linebacker, senior 240, comes up to make tackle number 56.
And that's a sack for Morrell coming up.
Nazir Morrell.
And again, there you go. You see that ability for other members of the defense to come up and be stout. Harrisburg is a very, very difficult team to move the ball on consistently. And here you see, good sack, getting his hands on the quarterback, not letting him go. Good coverage downfield, which was able to stop this Central Dauphin offense from getting anywhere else.
So it'll be a takeover on downs. Yamir Wilkerson coming in. Twins left and right. He's going to look to Shaquan Butts. He's going to dump it off across the 30-yard line. Butts on his feet, cross the 40, the 50. He's not going to be touched. He's going all the way. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds. My goodness.
And let's understand something with number 13. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, and you saw his speed and athleticism on that play. He just turned on the Jets and outran the entire defense of Central Dauphin, and that's what Harrisburg brings to the table. Defensively, you may be able to stop them a play here, stop them a play there, but can you consistently stop them the entire game? That's the issue.
He went right out of bounds there. He got knocked out of bounds, but man, oh man. He does, when he gets the ball, he's excitement waiting to happen. 4:19 to play, 1st and 10. Wilkerson trying to do that hard snap. Look left, Cadence. He goes to Maurice Glenn. Maurice Glenn also, you see him a lot on the basketball court, but flags are down on the play. And it's getting a little pushy and shovey in there between Central Dauphin and Harrisburg. This is a big rivalry. 24, 21, and 2, as we said in pregame, favoring Harrisburg.
Yeah, and I know Harrisburg has actually gotten some national recognition. They're at up to about 50 in the nation, ranked 50th in the nation, and continuing to climb. So for Central Dauphin, coming in and playing a team ranked in the nation is big. Right. So they want to come out and try to exert themselves, and it looks like it'll be a penalty on Harrisburg.
That's going on Harrisburg. Hey, the last win that Harrisburg had here was in 2012 here at Landis Field. So, not many people know that. Last win was 2012, where Harrisburg has come on the road to beat Central Dauphin. More importantly, we'll come back and just visit some of the stats here, but CD has won 4 in a row overall in the last regular season meeting. It won 4 in a row. Give to Plant, the running back. Plant's changed the pace back on the left side. We saw him a couple weeks ago in drum. He's a kid that often is not mentioned, but Plant runs very hard. Easily, he could be a future back in many offenses around the area.
Yeah, he definitely would be, and his speed and athleticism and quickness gives him a nice change. I mean, but the thing is, you have Micah, who we know is fast as well. So he just gives you a little smaller back, hits the hole very quickly. But again, that offensive line is very stout for Harrisburg. They're very big, and they explode off the ball.
Wilkerson. Over to Kent. Maurice Glenn, across the 20-yard line. And they're getting into secondary against these guys, and Nick Clemente is going, the sophomore will bring him down, number 14. And we know Mike Payton is out this year. Senior Payton is definitely a little bit of a hole missing in that Central Dauphin Rams secondary. We hope and wish him the best on his recovery. We know he's been he and his brother have been very solid contributors to the Central Dauphin Rams through the last several years. Wilkerson with 3 receivers to his left. Going to step up in the pocket. You got to be careful with him. Bouncing, looking around, standing on his feet. Oh, he found a hole. He's still on his feet. You sure he's not a fullback, Jerome? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, he's very elusive. I mean, you would think of Wilkerson as a quarterback. I wouldn't say he's blazing fast, but he is lightning quick. I've never seen, you don't see many quarterbacks this quick, and this has this much ability to actually maneuver around defenses the way he does when he tucks it. Now, sometimes I think that he may get a little bit antsy and may go too quick to run because he has opportunities to stand in there because of what that line does for him.
Well, it'll be 2nd and 6, ball on the 14-yard line. 6th play of this drive. Give to Plant. Plant left side.
Gained 3 yards to the Rams.
He gained 3. And the ball will be spotted on the 11. Be 3rd and 3 from the 11. Jake Hughes came up to make the tackle, the senior for Central Dauphin. To be 3rd and 3, 1:40 to play in their first quarter. Wilkerson, left side, it's going to be incomplete.
And there, Wilkerson would love to have that back. That ball got a little bit away from him, but again, it brings up a 4th down. This would be a big stop for Central Dauphin to see if they can get off the field against this Harrisburg team. And don't be surprised if as the game goes on, you see them begin to press these corners up to play a little bit closer on these short passes, but it makes you susceptible to the back end.
It'll be 4th and 3. Twin receivers right and left split out. Quan Butts. Anderson Butts split out far left. I know they target him a lot here inside the red zone. Let's see what Wilkerson will have in store. Parsons a single back behind him. give to Parsons. Parsons trying to get outside on the sweep. Parsons across his 10, staying on his feet. There's a flag down. He's still not down. He's going to cut up in it. He's going to walk in the end zone, touchdown, but let's hold on. Flags. Boy, oh boy. There was some very elusive moves right there.
And again, you saw his speed. I mean, his speed at that size, it's incredible.
It's going to be a legal block in the back, so it's going to bring it back. So I know the Rams fans are happy about that call. And Archie, you know, this Parsons never fails to amaze me. I mean, he's become more comfortable in this running back position the last 2 years, that he's really beginning to look like a very elusive, strong back.
It's the weight room, is the desire that he has, and I mean, some of these guys have to make a decision to hit him up top or to hit him down low once he's coming around that corner. Don't you see he's bouncing off of these arm tackles? But to bring him down is by somebody getting them, one player getting, two players getting.
Yep.
A group tackle is what we call it, gang tackle.
And that's a good point, Archie. I think the one thing to add to that is you have to be able to catch him too. And he's as quick as he is.
Right over the middle, shy of the end zone. No, is he in? Is there a signal?
No, I think he's down inside the 5.
Inside the 5.
Maybe right at the goal line.
That's Ronald Kent Jr. Take a look at this. Wilkerson back, throws a good ball right in the, man, he got hit by Pope. Pope came in to hit him, but he just wanted to let Pope know that it is a first down, ball inside the 1-yard line. But it's a touchdown for Harrisburg. It happened so fast, we'll have to see it again. I turned my head for one split second. They went quick snap. And Harrisburg's in for a touchdown.
And again, I just think it's just hard to stop this team and stop the athletes that they have in the game. I mean, it's just, there's so many. There's so much talent on this team, and they're showing. I mean, this is a team that has a lot of Division I prospects on it. But again, Central Dauphin able to get the block on the extra point.
Well, an 8-play drive. It's going to be a block kick, and it's going to give Parsons. Whoop. It was a keeper by Wilkerson. Wilkerson to score the touchdown. 8-play drive, 2 straight possessions, touchdowns. We'll be back with more after these messages.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Well, welcome back to Landis Field. Today's broadcast is in sponsored part by OSS Health, Giant Foods, the Capital Region Insurance Agency, Hoffman Ford, Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board, and Connections Academy. And first possession was 11-play, 80-yard drive. Soon 447 for Harrisburg. Wilkerson 6 for 6 for 109 yards. Very effective day already. I mean, Wilkerson just controls this game so well for Harrisburg.
Yeah, and then coming into this game, you know, Wilkerson has had a good season, and even missing part of one game and a whole game, another game, he has over close to 700 yards and 6 touchdowns and has not thrown a pick this season.
Pope doing some effective stuff on his feet and going to get Central Dauphin an opportunity to speak.
So now the key is this. Central Dauphin, they're down 13 points right now. It's still early in this game. There's still opportunities, still in the first quarter. They've done some good things offensively. They just haven't been able to cap off drives. Can they sustain offense and be able to punch it in the end zone? You punch it in the end zone, you're still there. Your goal is to keep it as close as you can. And then and when you have those opportunities to take control of this game, try to do it. So they're well coached. We know that. We talked about it. Now, can they execute the X's and O's from the board to the field?
Well, we'll have a player down. That last drive for Harrisburg was 9 plays, 69 yards. We'll take a break, come right back here with 57 seconds to play on ABC 27.
I am anything I want to be.
I am one of the faces of Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I go to school online, tuition free.
I learn best at my own pace.
My own pace.
I see school differently. I learn from anywhere.
From anywhere. I'm an artist.
I'm a musician.
I am an athlete. I am anything I want to be. And I won't stop learning. I am CCA.
Join me today at ccaeducate.me.
Tonino's Pizza West, located on Wartsville Road, connected to the Giant in the Hampton Marketplace Plaza, is the official food provider for the Invicta production crew. Stop in and enjoy Tonino's famous margarita pizza and homemade sub rolls.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, the injured player is Ronell Gant for Harrisburg. He's up, and we're glad to hear that he's up and will be fine. And I know Dr. Cordes has taken a look at him. He's been doing this thing for many years. He's in good hands. Archie, we talked run support, we talked about effort, and more importantly, we talk about hitting, and we have had our share of hitting already here in this first quarter.
Guys, we haven't even made it to the second, third, or fourth quarter. We still got 57 seconds, and I mean, these guys are out here laying the wood, is what we used to call it back in the days.
I think, I think we still calling it that, because the effort, you know, season after season that we see, Jerome, we see these young men coming out here, and you got to be a warrior. It's a warrior mentality when you're playing a game like football, and I don't know, it's something you understand when you're with your brotherhood of your football players. There's just something about this warrior mentality. You can't be afraid. You got to come up and hit. Now this is the second possession for Central Dauphin. Straub will bounce it outside to Pope. But boy, he'll be hit, and great open field tackle by Henrique. Now Enrique for Harrisburg.
And again, one of the things that if there's one area that Central Dauphin offensively may struggle in is their big play ability downfield. They do a lot of swing passes and they run the ball, but you don't see them necessarily go downfield and test the secondary downfield. So I think that's one of the things that as the game goes on, you want to try to test and look at that. Test that secondary. See what you can do downfield. We know Harrisburg defensively are good at all the levels, but you can't, you have to at least test them and figure out if you can hit it downfield.
Well, there was no gain on that last play. Second play of this second possession. Straub rolling out. It's going to be picked off. He's jumped inside it. Jameer Plant read that like a book. Let's go down to Archie. Archie, he timed it perfectly. That's what you want, the aggressiveness out of your secondary.
I know Jerome is up there and raving over this technique right here. If you can see, if they go back to an instant replay, you can see this guy hones in on the receiver, which I mean the quarterback, and the DB breaks beautifully on the ball. And the thing about breaking on the ball, you have to do the third step, and the third step is catch it, and he did that.
It was as if Gant was in the locker room when the Central Dauphin coaching staff put this play in, because he read that so well. I mean, he was in the hip pocket and broke on the ball and got a good pick.
Wilkerson. Dump off to Parsons. Parsons at the 50. Cutting inside across the 40. And it's going to take just about the whole football team to bring him down.
So we've seen Parsons in the run game. We've seen him defensively. Now we see him in the air game for the Harrisburg Cougars. So now they throw the ball to him. He punts, he kicks, he's on coverage teams. I don't know how often he comes off the field, but he's a player that does it all for Harrisburg.
Well, Jake Yost come up and made the initial hit on him, and Yost is always in, always in. Look at that crowd today. That's a beautiful Harrisburg crowd. Well, that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We'll have more on ABC's. Well, before the game, the Central Dauphin cheerleaders had the opportunity to support the Central PA Food Bank. Let's go down and take a look at that. the youth getting behind the Central Pennsylvania Food Bank every year. We really appreciate the schools and their effort and the cheerleaders and their effort. Central Pennsylvania Food Bank and Giant Foods teaming up to knock out hunger. And someday, one of these days, as we talk about the things, and when we can talk about a lot of darkness in this world, but then we see light like this, Jerome, and kids getting behind every bit of the aspect of, I'd love to see us wipe out hunger someday.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was talking to one of the producers, Ryan, today, and he was saying how they filled it up. And as you can see, the food bank is filled to the brim and beyond. And it's just his biggest thing is, I got to be responsible for carrying this out. So they're going to put him to work. And it's just good to see the donations and the cheerleaders getting involved to attack hunger like that.
The best leaders are servants first, and we want to thank the cheerleaders across the Commonwealth and Harrisburg area this year teaming up with their schools to make a difference to fight out hunger. Second quarter action here. Landis Field, 13-0. Shaquan Anderson-Butt's last point after was low. Wilkerson's going to kick off to Ronald Kent Jr. Kent's going to keep on the shoulders and bounce around. And actually, that's a correction on that play. That is caught in moving the ball very well, very effective, is Nyrese Glenn. Glenn, that's his third catch.
So you see Harrisburg, what they're doing in the air game. They're going wide with receivers, hitting them on these quick out passes and then hitting the seams where Central Dauphin are sitting in the zone. So they're just hitting the soft zone, and Wilkerson is having time. As a defense, you cannot just sit back and allow the quarterbacks to do that. You have to get up in their face and then try to get pressure on them to stop them from being so comfortable.
First and 5. Plant left side. Plant bounce outside. Plant's going to get in the end zone. And there's no signal yet. Must have been down. He's down at the 1-yard line. I thought he got across the pylon, but he didn't, so they're going to mark it. Really, man, what is he? Half-inch short? Again, a Plant. Bounced outside right there, and that must have been a knee down right before the 1. So it's going to be kept up the middle as Wilkerson get in. Wilkerson's going to score a second touchdown from 1 out. Wilkerson puts Harrisburg back on the board again. Didn't take a lot in this drive.
So you see the Cougars are showing what they've been doing all year. 19 points already, and that defense is continuing to show what they can do. You know, again, this is a hard team to attack right now, and this, you know, has to be one of the top teams in the state right now playing. And again, you know, the game's not over, so you don't want to tuck it in or pack it in if you're a CD.
Well, the kick is good, and they put 20 points up on the board, and we just started the second quarter. Harrisburg up. More to come back after these messages.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Well, players from all over the state of Pennsylvania will be trying out for Team Pennsylvania and Advanced Hoops boys and girls AAU teams. Advanced Hoops is a leader in the AAU basketball in Central PA. Tryouts for spring teams are on October the 28th and November 5th. For more information, go to advancedhoops.com. Coming right up at halftime, we'll have our Highmark halftime report, our Advanced Hoops first half halftime stats, and our Capital Region Insurance Agency halftime stats. Archie and Jerome, listen to this inside the numbers. Harrisburg, 177 yards in the first quarter. Central Dauphin, 37. And that's the tell of the game right there, Archie. I mean, 177, and they're really looking. The swag is for real. This is not a fake swag that Harrisburg has. 177 total yards to 37.
They believe in what they've been working on since training camp first started, guys. And these guys are maximizing every effort that they can, and they're going out and believing and stepping in to these games and going with what they practice every week at practice. And like Jerome said, since training camp.
Yeah, each team that has, we've seen Harrisburg on this run, and they're 6-0 right now coming into this game doing well. And each time they play a team, there's someone somewhere that says, you know, they haven't played anybody yet.
Right.
They haven't played anybody yet. They haven't played anybody yet. And each time we see them do this to the next opponent. So, again, I think it's safe to say they are that good.
Oh, that's right.
And in order to match them, you know, the excuse can't be they haven't played anybody. You have to show it. And again, I believe the Central Dauphin team has the ability to show a fight, and they've shown it in this game. They have to sustain it and put it together.
Straub's give to Mike Weisbell. And Andre White will wrestling down at the linebacker position. So maybe he'll get one. Yep. Be plus 1 second down and 9.
And you have Deontay Payne also from his linebacker position. 6 foot 215. Those two linebackers are vicious. Him and White really do a good job, man, in the middle of that defense.
So it'll be 2nd and 9. Weisbell bouncing right. He'll be wrestled down by Micah Parsons from the backside.
And Archie, you can see this. Harrisburg right now is in an 8-man defensive front with their defensive line and linebackers. They are really crowding the box, daring Central Dauphin to attack downfield.
Well, you know, as a DB, that's what we want him to do. We want to load that box. We want to dare this quarterback to beat us throwing. So as you can see, some of the routes and some of the plays that Central Dauphin has come to try to get their quarterback into the groove, get him going with the little short passes. Let's see what he has here.
Straub going to roll left. Parsons backside pressure. He's going to have to hold on to it. He fumbles the ball. That ball's out, and I don't know who has it, Archie.
It is Harrisburg's ball.
And one of the biggest errors that you make when you play Harrisburg is continuing to try to go wide on them. They have a lot of team speed, so getting wide, even if you're trying to get your quarterback into a run-pass option wide against them, they're going to close on him very fast. So he doesn't have the time. You see, he has no time to set up and throw the ball. Parsons, or number 30, is that 32? That's White, comes up and makes the play before he even has time to even load up to throw the ball.
And Bernie will have the fumble recovery. Hey, the last possession for Harrisburg was just a 4-play, 44-yard drive. It only consisted of a minute before the score. Now they're going to get the ball back at the 20-yard line. Central Dauphin with their backs against the wall here. Wilkerson shotgun formation. Give Parson left side. Parson, Bill knocked out of bounds, and Pope will knock him out of bounds. And Archie, I'm just seeing his quickness side to side too. I mean, he's not only is he a strong back up the middle, but he can beat you to the corner.
Well, guys, I'm standing right here. I had to go back into my early days running like a 4-4 or something. I had to move out the way real quick. These guys are moving coming around here.
I just want to ask you, when we talked about, you know, D-back run support, I mean, when you come up to hit him, can you imagine right now, like, what angle are you going to take? How low do you have to get? I'm just saying, from your vantage point, where are you going to hit Parsons?
Well, I'm going straight for those pink socks that he has on down there, guys. And I'm going to go low, and I'm going to make sure that I get him. But as a DB, I am very upset with my D lineman and my linebackers for him even reaching me.
That's there you have it, Archie. The bottom line is he's coming around the end and nobody got him before he got to you. Yeah, you're going to be upset about that. I'm with you.
Well, in the meantime, Jameer Plant is going to take the swing pass from Wilkerson, make one cut, and he's going to walk in the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown. Harrisburg one more time. Quan Anderson butt set to kick. And Ronald Kent Jr. with the hold, the snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it's going to be low. Is it snuck in there. It's going to be good. The point after is good. 27-0, 9:36 to play. And look at this again in your living room. There's Plant, touchdown. More to come on ABC 27.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Well, 9:36 to play here on ABC 27, 27-0. It's been very effective. But coming right up at halftime, stay tuned. We'll have our Highmark halftime report, our Capital Region Insurance Agency halftime stats, and our Advanced First halftime stats as well. We'll have Archie joining us in the booth along with Jerome Presley. Will break down your first half action. 9:36 to play. And there's my favorite jersey. I just saw a Steelers jersey. And you know, Jerome, when being from Philadelphia, are you a true Eagles fan?
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
Do you have a choice in Philadelphia like anybody
you
else?
have a choice. There's some other fans there. I mean,
Really?
just like anywhere else.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, right now, Steelers having some rough weeks though.
Yeah, and the Eagles are flying, aren't they?
Yeah, they're flying now. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Left side. That was Pope with the carry. Pope doing his best to get Central Dauphin in good field position, excuse me.
Well, I tell you, Pope has been the one positive for this offense in the return game, and also when he's getting the ball from the receiver end. But right now they don't have enough that's doing that.
Right,
they need more sparks than just one person.
Well, it was 2 plays, 20 yards, consisting of 15 seconds before that last score on that turnover. So Harrisburg. So they've had drives of 11 plays, 80 yards, 9 plays, 69 yards, 4 plays, 44, 2 plays, 20, up 27-0. Straub under center. He'll give to Weiss Bell, right side. Weiss Bell, stiff arm. He'll be wrestled down. The ball's out again, and it's going to be recovered by Harrisburg. Weiss Bell fumbles it, and he was stripped by it. And Shaquan Anderson-Butts come up and made the initial hit. And Archie, I think it's, I don't know if Butts knocked that out. I don't know if you caught that play or not. It looked like Butts might have knocked that ball out. We'll see the replay. What'd you see, Archie?
Well, guys, I've seen a lot of hands on. These guys are taught to, as the ball handler is running about. And remember, this turf, it's been raining all week. So as you can look out here, this turf doesn't look as it's holding water, but this turf is very slippery, which is causing this ball to be slippery. And these guys are raking and pulling at these balls.
Shaquan Anderson-Butts comes up with the turnover, or actually strips the ball, and it'll be Ronald Kent Jr. for Harrisburg that'll pick it up. Boy, everything's clicking. Double receivers left and right to give to Parsons. Parsons up the middle. Not much there. Central Dauphin's going to get a little stingy. Burkhart initially come up to make the hit, along with Joey Silvers.
And right now, Harrisburg is right on their average. I mean, they average 50 points a game. They're at 27 already. The problem is there's 9 minutes left in the second quarter. So before we even get to halftime, and they've shown their dominance on both sides of the ball. You can't commit a bunch of penalties against them, and you can't turn the ball over, and that's when that point total goes up, because Central Dauphin has not proven that they can stop them at all on offense.
2nd down and 7, ball on the 32-yard line. We got 3 receivers left. Wilkerson's looking, pressure up the middle. He'll stay on his feet. He's still on his feet, across to the 30. Thought they had him in the backfield.
So even in an opportunity where you have a chance to sack, Wilkerson, you don't get him, and he gets 3 yards, 4 yards on the carry.
Well, Mason Griffith come up to make the tackle, and there's going to be flags on the play here.
4 down to the 26.
We're going to wait for the call. Big discussion here.
What they're talking about right here, guys, is as you see at the end of the play, one of the players come down leaning low while the quarterback is on the ground. They want to protect the quarterback, and he kind of led with his head.
Against Harrisburg.
So it'll be a personal foul against Harrisburg. There was an offsetting foul as well. There's a foul on both sides.
So the first penalty was Central Dauphin leading with the head, and the second penalty was Harrisburg reacted.
Yep, they reacted to that, and offsetting penalties. It'll be 2nd and 1, ball on 32, 8:29 to play here before halftime. Wilkerson looking sideline to get his plays in. We'll have Parsons and Plant coming in the backfield position. Anderson-Butts will be spread out here to left wide. Kent and Glenn are your receivers. Wilkerson, backside, wrong side of Kent. It'll be incomplete.
And there you see Central or Harrisburg trying to hit that seam play. I mean, that's been open all game against that zone. And what you're seeing is Wilkerson will get the ball, and it's like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi until he clears the linebacker. The receiver clears the linebacker in that zone, and then you hit him, and it's a big play. There is nobody around him because they're in a zone coverage back there. So you got to count on that linebacker to continue his drop in order to defend that, but it doesn't look like that's what's happening.
Plant and Parsons. Kent in motion. Parsons left side. Parsons lowers his head.
Parsons on the carry. Takes the ball down just inside the 25.
He'll be inside the 25-yard line.
That'll be a first down.
Chimente came up to make a
Willie
tackle.
Schuler along with Nick Chimente on the stop.
Today
for
you
the
see
Rams.
just kind of just a quietness over the crowd here at Central Dauphin on homecoming day. I mean, you kind of know what to expect with Harrisburg, but when they do this to you, they've scored 4 straight possessions. It's their 5th possession of the game. Single receiver is Anderson Butts, left side, to give to Plant. Plant right side.
Jameer Plant on the carry this time.
Plant, I like the switch and the pace and the Plant and Mason Griffin's come up and make the tackle, but we got a player down for Central Dauphin.
And anytime you see a player grabbing
Hold
a knee,
his knee,
it's always scary.
I said, well, we'll come right back right after these messages.
I am anything I want to be.
I am one of the faces of Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I go to school online, tuition free.
I learn best at my own pace.
My own pace.
I see school differently. I learn from anywhere.
From anywhere. I'm an artist.
I'm a musician.
I am an athlete. I am anything I want to be. And I won't stop learning. I am CCA.
Join me today at ccaeducate.me.
Every day, we pride ourselves in what we do. Hard work is put into every pre-owned vehicle we put on the road. We make sure they are all safe and reliable for your peace of mind. Your real value comes from the Hoffman name and the people that stand behind it. So if you're in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, just call me, Ryan.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess. My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Well, Harrisburg 27. Right now, Central Dauphin looking to find a stop. 4 possessions for Harrisburg as a result in scores. They've got 2 easier ones where they've set up off the turnovers. The last play, 2-play drive for 20 yards. Play before possession. For that, 4 plays for 44 yards. And that was, we're glad that he was able to get up on his own accord the best he could. Sam Schmidt is the injured player for Harrisburg Central Dauphin. And that's Parsons on the carry. You know, Archie Smith, these guys are playing both sides of the ball here today. They're playing all aspects. There is probably 9 guys that haven't come off the field for Harrisburg at all, even in special teams.
Guys, this is what makes their offense more powerful. Once their defense gets a stop, these guys are already lining up, getting the play from the coaches, and they're lining up while the other team's defense is running on the field. You gotta love it, guys. I love it.
1st and 10, ball on the 12, 6:57 here before half. It's homecoming for Central Dauphin, so we will be highlighting the homecoming coming up as well. Parsons right side. And a host of green jerseys to tackle him down.
And again, the problem continues to be the 1st and 2nd ball carrier that touches Parsons does not get him down. And so he continues. It's very rare that you see him ever tackle for a loss. He always goes
right.
forward.
Parsons will pick up 6 on that carry. 2nd and 4. Ball on the 6th for Harrisburg.
And as Parsons plays both ways, he gets his break mainly on offense. You know, they give him a carry here, carry there, and then he gets a break. Then he comes back in, gets a carry there, gets a break. So that's how they're breaking him. And in defense, he's on the field. So like Archie said, a lot of these guys on Harrisburg are going both ways, and they're playing a high level both ways.
Dump off to Plant. Plant, elusive. He'll be pulled down. Wise Bell coming up to make the tackle. His helmet got knocked off, so he's got to come out for a play. And there's also a flag at the end of the play, and I think that's going to go Central Dauphin. It's getting kind of chippy down there a little bit. So Plant to come off. Let's take a look at it here.
You see a swing pass to Plant, let him get his speed going, and you can see he's very hard to tackle. And you see a bunch of guys from Central Dauphin come on, and you see Plant, then his head comes off.
Well, I think Weisbell's knee got stuck, kind of rammed into his face mask, and it pulled Plant's helmet off, so he'll come out for a play. It'll be triple receivers to the right, and Quan Anderson butts a single receiver to the left. Ball on the 1 yard line, 1st and 1, second quarter here. Parsons alone, straight up. And Wilkerson's going to push inside, and Wilkerson's going to score his 3rd touchdown from 1 out. Touchdown, Harrisburg. 5:46 to play here at half. Coming right up, we'll have our Highmark halftime report, Vance Tubes halftime stats, Capital Region Insurance Agency halftime stats as well. But man, take a look. Wilkerson just doing what he needs to do. His team very efficient, very effective. His 3rd touchdown of the day. He has 3. Parsons has 1.
I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, it's hard to even, what do you say? I mean, I think we know that this team is for real, and we've seen it every week. And now they're here, and we're already not even done with the second half, and they already have 33 points on the board. Or not even done with the first half. 33 points on the board.
We're going to go for 2 here. Wilkerson's going to put Anderson Butts in motion on the jet sweep. Plant's going to go up the middle. Nothing there. So the 2-point conversion is stalled and stopped by Central Dauphin. So 5:46 to play. Take another look at it. Wilkerson's going to come from 1 out. His 3rd time doing that today, and a touchdown for Harrisburg.
The Advanced Tubes training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
All right, welcome back. 33-0 here at Landis Field. Harrisburg showing what they've done all year long, just being dominant of Commonwealth teams. But you're beating a solid football team in the Central Dauphin Rams. I mean, you're beating a team that's won. Well, they won 4 straight in this series. The last time the Harrisburgs won here was 2012.
And they were rolling this year after that first game of the season where they lost to Manheim Township. They were able to put on a nice string of games and then knocking off Cumberland Valley in a tough game before losing to CDE. So they're a good team. And so to see this happening to a Central Dauphin team, very similar to what you saw against other teams, you get to realize that what you're seeing in this Harrisburg team is legit. And for anybody that would question that, I think your answer, you may have gotten your answer. If you haven't gotten your answer this season and last year when they made it to the state championship game, then maybe you'll get it now.
I mean, in the mid-state football-wise this year, amazingly, we're seeing Middletown still rolling.
Yep.
They defeated Palmyra and are still high in that division. They're still high. They just defeated Palmyra, excuse me. Middletown had a win.
We're still looking for that game.
A big win over East Penn, but now it's still high Middletown.
It's still high Middletown.
Set up, matchup. We'll be back.
That could be a game.
Right, we'll be back in another 2 weeks for a Harrisburg-Cumberland Valley matchup that we're excited for. So, I mean, the football season flies by, year after year it flies by, but in all truth, we've got some great teams. And this whole senior class across the Commonwealth, I'm really going to miss them. We feel like we've got to know a lot of these guys, and Micah Parsons and Quan Anderson Butts and guys like that. And even on that other side with Peyton and Central Dauphin, there's Pope up over the middle. How about you, Archie? I feel like we've caught a lot of games over through the years, but this senior class in the Harrisburg area, they've meant a lot to us as broadcasters.
Well, it's so much of good football. Like you guys know I'm from Alabama. You always ask me about the difference between down south and up north. I just want to let everybody know, man, it is so much talent up here, and I just, as Jerome and Todd, we just take a privilege and we love to sit here and watch these kids and what they're going to turn into.
Yeah, we always like to see them at the next level. And that was Jordan Hill on the sideline here today. It's kind of been, Archie, it's been a little bit of who's who this week, right, Jerome? I mean, this game, we have Penn State coaching staff here today. We have Jordan Hill over on the sidelines. I mean, this game drew a lot of attention, Jerome.
Yeah, Coach Franklin from Penn State was here. I mean, he has a couple of players that he already has verbally committed from Harrisburg, and then you have Parsons, who's being coveted by every major program in the nation, as he's one of the top 3 prospects in the nation. So again, that's another thing that you have here, is that you have a lot of star power on the field.
So it'll be 2nd and 12 for Central Dauphin, 5 minutes before half, looking to try to put something on the board here. That'll be incomplete. Strop's pass. There's also a penalty down. But you know, Penn State, I tell you what, Coach Franklin, any chance he's gotten, he's getting in the backyard here in the Harrisburg area. We've seen him over at Cumberland Valley. We've seen his staff night in and night out on Friday nights. I mean, the Harrisburg area gets the attention from Penn State that they deserve, and really other states. Big Ten, we've seen Big Ten coaches this year. We've seen ACC, some SEC coaches in our backyard.
Yeah, well, particularly Parsons. I mean, I think right now he was, as many know, he was a commit to Penn State, and then he changed his commitment. And I think his thing was he wanted to just experience the experience and open up to make sure that he wasn't missing out on seeing schools that he would have, may not have seen before. So I don't blame him for that. But Franklin is going to make sure that he continues to make a push for him, and that's, you get him, it automatically boosts your recruiting class.
Oh man, Shaquan Anderson butts put a hit on Pope. I hope Pope's all right. That pass is incomplete. Hey, the last possession for Harrisburg was 9 plays, 35 yards. And it consisted of about 3 minutes and 26 seconds. They scored on every possession today.
And let's talk about Shaquan Butts. He's 6'2", 190+ pounds, fast. He's also a receiver on the other end, and now he's coming up as a cornerback. And that's the guy you got to try to catch against in the zone.
Straub, shotgun formation, 2nd 10. Gonna look over the play. Archie, at the next level, Shaquan Anderson Butts. I mean, you've played it at the Division I level, and Jerome at Shippensburg at the Division II level. Where do you look for him really to make his transition his most concentrated effort? If you're a coaching staff, where are you putting him?
Well, guys, what you're recruiting for, like he got recruited as a receiver, and I'm gonna use me. I got recruited as a receiver. I played, but when I got to practice, I played a little physical. And the late great Andre Waters, who was the Philadelphia Eagles star, and some of you Eagle fans probably remember him. Coach Andre Waters, he was like, "You're just too physical. I want to bring you over on the defensive side." But I played defensive back in college. I mean, in high school, but I didn't get recruited as a defensive back. I got recruited as a receiver. So, as you see some of these guys, it depends on the weight program. Some of these guys gonna go in there and pick up weight. They might be bigger than, he might be a DB, and he might be an outside linebacker. He might be a strong safety. So it depends on what the system has for you when you go into college.
Yep, and I'm in the same boat you're in, Archie. I was recruited as a running back. Then once I got to college, I moved to receiver. And then before the first game of the season, I moved to corner. And then I was there for the rest of my career. And it was one of those, I enjoyed it. And I was a high school defensive back as well, but my running back was my thing. So, again, I agree. I think how you're going to get picked up is when you get to camp and you realize, what's there. That's when you get to know. And then coaches will see your talents, and they may see you as something else. Right. Even before you get there, and then you get moved.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 41, 4:51 to play here, Landis Field. Cool breeze now, getting a little bit ball filling finally, guys. And that pass is going to be batted down. And we've been waiting for this nice call. And, Archie, you made the call today on the suit jackets, and especially for the breast cancers. Season
call.
That we're in is a great call, because there's just that swift, fall smooth wind coming around. That ball was knocked down by Harrisburg. They're doing on all facets. They're functioning on all facets, doing everything right on all sides of the ball. It'll be 3rd and 10. 4:48 to play. Strop going to get to play from the sideline. Burkhart's his fullback, tailback. He's got twin receivers to the right, single receiver left. Straub, pressure by Parsons. He looked like he was holding the ball. It's going to be picked off by Andre White. Andre White will be tackled by Straub, and White's been such a great addition. The Susquehanna Township Indian last year has been an addition to this Harrisburg defense, and he just does. I tell you what, that kid's playing at the next level as well.
Yeah, and I think White has good size to him. Only, you know, a junior at 6'3", 215 pounds. But he showed you he gets his drop from his linebacker position and gets his hands on the ball, interception. And again, you know, Central Dauphin having a hard time sustaining drives. You have turnover after turnover, and then all of a sudden, what does Harrisburg do when they turn you over? They score on you right after that.
They've scored every 5 straight possessions. They've scored the last one was 9 plays, 35 yards, 326 consisted of. Wilkerson's got 20 receivers left, 2 to the right. Parsons by himself. They really don't have to do anything but give him the ball. Wilkerson's going to drop back to pass, trying to put the nail in the coffin. That pass will be completed, and that's Enrique with the catch. 4:32 to play here at halftime. Coming right up. Remember, we'll have our Highmark halftime report, our Advanced Hoops first half highlights, our Capital Region inserts, agency halftime stats. It's also homecoming here. We're going to highlight the Central Dauphin homecoming at halftime here on ABC 27 as well. There's a flag. We're going to add 15 against Central Dauphin. They got the face mask of a Harrisburg player.
And again, if you're Central Dauphin, it's a pick your poison situation. Do you go man and make yourself open to getting beat behind you with the speed of Harrisburg, or do you go zone and you're seeing Wilkerson showing his patience? They have a good offensive line. He shows his patience, and he's able to pick you apart in that slot. Where he's a lot of his yards are accumulating there.
That's right, first down and 10, ball in the 23. Twin receivers. Enriquez will trade places with Anderson Butts. Anderson Butts will pick it up across the 20-yard line.
Pass complete to Shaquan Anderson Butts.
He'll be tackled by Mente. It'll be second, 5 and 28 on the ball on the 18-yard line. 3:52 to play here at Landis Field.
And again, it's hard to get to Wilkerson when he's getting the ball out so fast. And then when he doesn't, and say you do get to him, he's very elusive. So he's able to elude tacklers, and then all of a sudden he has a big game that way.
Wilkerson coming off to Enrique. Enrique breaking a tackle. He's going to walk in the end zone. Touchdown, Harrisburg. I thought he was down, but no, he's not. It'll be another touchdown. The Harrisburg Cougars doing everything right, clicking on all cylinders here today. Take another look at it.
Yeah, and this is just tackling. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 3 different Rams had a shot, and none of them made the play, and he's able to walk right in the end zone.
Wow.
And that's been the story of the game right now. I think the Cougars, they're able to break tackles, and that's what they're all relentless runners from the running backs to the receivers. So you got to come up, and you're thinking Central Dauphin, who's one of the better tackling teams in the area, wouldn't have this problem, but they're struggling too.
Well, they put 40 on the board here in the first half. Wilkerson to Enrique for the touchdown. We'll have more coming right back up on ABC 27 after these messages.
Like tough, the future of tough is here. And the Ford F-Series at Hoffman Ford are America's safest and toughest trucks. And these tough trucks require an easy-to-handle price, as in up to $12,000 off MSRP of a 2017 F-150 XLT Crew Cab. And if that's not easy enough, how about a 2017 F-250 Lariat Crew Cab for as low as $48,999? Only at Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. And remember, Hoffman has it online at hoffmanford.com.
Well, it's Harrisburg 40, Central Dauphin nothing. 3:26 to play. Central Dauphin will have the ball back. The clock will continue to run. Well, at this point, the mercy rule is in effect. Archie, you got 3:26 to play. Your Central Dauphin Rams here, trying to find some way to put something on the board. Let's go inside your offensive mindset. What are you going to look to do here in this upcoming drive?
I think his silence said it all.
We'll come back to Arch in a moment, but yeah, I think you're looking for. you're looking for some way to sneak out a pride possession, really, more importantly.
Yeah.
I think that's what you call it right now, just a pride possession.
And then you build on that. You have to get one first, and then once you get one, then you can build upon the next, which builds upon the next. So I think, I think you're right. You have to try to build off one pride possession at this point. If you're CD, and you blink and you look up and you're down 40-0, and that's kind of how it's been for teams that have played Harrisburg all year. I mean, you talk about the 80-plus points they put up last week against Chambersburg, the 60 points they put up against Hershey the week before that. I mean, so this team who coming into this game averages 50 points a game. This is consistent. I think their lowest output was Emotep Charter, 35 points, I believe, this entire game. 35 points wins you games all the time. You know what I mean? And that's your lowest output? You know what I mean? Many teams won't even see 35 the entire season, but 35 in your first game, and all it did was go up from there. That's a hard team to beat.
Well, they have 329 total yards of offense here in the first half. Pope been a bright point.
Pope takes him off the zone 16.
He'll be tackled by
35 to the
Carey
36 for a return of 20.
For Harrisburg on special teams. So Central Dauphin will have another chance to put something here on the board here in the first half.
Brandon on the stop for Harrisburg.
And for Harrisburg, you may see some other players in the game to get that experience. That's the one benefit of having a dominant team, is that you may be able to get a lot of numbers into the games as you take opponents down early.
Mike Wise-Bell, left side.
Mike Wise-Bell on the carry.
Get a lot. He picked up a couple.
Pushed out to the 38 for a gain of 2.
Butler Stern coming up to make the tackle for Harrisburg. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 38.
Number 4, Jai Burney, along with 56. Nazir Morel on the stop.
For Central Dauphin.
2nd down and 8.
Nice crowd here today on a Saturday afternoon. High school football here. Homecoming. We'll have the homecoming breakdown at halftime. Not to mention we'll go inside our stats. We'll have Jerome and Archie Smith breaking down first half action. So stay tuned for that. Michael Wise-Bell. Bell, right side. And tackled by Ronald Kent Jr.
And that's good effort by Wise-Bell. And again, the Central Dauphin fan base, they are out in droves. This is a nice venue and a beautiful stadium, and it's packed. I mean, there's a lot of CD faithful here, a lot of Harrisburg faithful that came. So we have a good crowd here that's fitting of a game of this magnitude. And they're not going anywhere. They're here regardless what the score is to cheer on their Rams. Just like on the other side, you see the Cougar fans out cheering on, and on this beautiful fall day for football.
1st and 10. Give to Wise-Bell, left side. Deontay Nichols will bring him down from the linebacker position. Deontay 6'2", 205 with the tackle.
Going to Harrisburg territory. Flag at the end of the play.
Also a flag down on the play.
There are a couple flags.
One back here in a secondary one at the 50. See what the call is.
After play on sportsmanlike conduct against Central Dauphin.
It'll be unsportsmanlike conduct against it. And that's now, when you're just getting frustrated, things begin to unravel. Right. We're starting to see a little bit of that for Central Dauphin right now. I mean, what do you do? Now it's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, guys, back in Alabama, our coach used to call it the double F rule. And that was the frustration flags.
Right. Frustration flags come, don't they, Arch? I mean, at this point, though, it's you got to dig a little deeper.
Well, it's something like when we came back to practice, they used to give us like a report card, and one thing you didn't want to have was 2 Fs. No. And there was the frustration flag, because the frustration flag got you to the sideline and you didn't come back in the game.
Yeah, that'll get you benched for the season depending on the situation and who you are in the locker room.
1st down and 20, Wise-Bell left side. And great defensive effort. Plant coming up there. Plant plays. Hey, Archie, how about this kid? They'll line him up in the backfield. He's the change of pace back. And then he comes back, plays defense. I mean, this kid, Jerome, I say I can't say enough about this kid. He's often not mentioned in this lineup, but he is a tough kid.
And he's only a 10th grader.
10th grader.
So you know, you have a sophomore back there, and again, Harrisburg constantly pumps out players. So
this will be third down from the. And 20 to go. Ball on the 36-yard line. Second quarter, about a minute 20 before half. Straw pump fakes. Dumps it off to Burkhart. Burkhart crossing the 40-yard line. Nice little shuffle pass play. See if they can get some of those missed yards back. So it'll be fourth down.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, if you're looking at the few games left on Harrisburg's schedule, you got State College and you have Cumberland Valley there to wrap up the season. They're watching this game, you know, believe me, and they've been scouting this team. And right now, because most teams played last night, you know, you would imagine that everybody has a representative here that you haven't played. So they get to see this dominance, and I guess, you know, you go into the X's and O's of it. How do you try to slow down this juggernaut on both sides of the ball? I mean, it's, you know, you look at the offensive side of the ball and you see what Harrisburg does defensively, and then you look at the defensive side of the ball and you see what Harrisburg does offensively, and this is a hard one to look at when you're talking about scouting a team that is this talented.
4th and 20 back at the 36.
So Ben Busker will be in to kick the punt. And it's going to get off the side of his foot. It's going to go around the 50-yard line and be knocked out of bounds. But Harrisburg will have the ball with 24 seconds. I don't know if they'll take a knee. Just go into halftime with a 40-0 lead.
The Ram 49-yard line, where Harrisburg will take over 1st and 10.
If you're just tuning in with this 40 points put on here in the first half, and everything's clicking very, very well for Harrisburg, not only on this season, but today here on Saturday afternoon. Wilkerson and his crew will come back in. 24 seconds to play. I don't know. They might take a stab at the end zone again.
Well, we know they can score quickly.
Wilkerson to give to Plant. Plant right side. He'll push.
Give to Jameer Plant.
I don't know if they'll try to do another play after this or not. They're looking. Wilkerson's looking at the clock. It's ticking down,
down to the 43,
under 10, and that'll probably, well, that'll be it for the first half. Harrisburg 40, Central Dauphin nothing. We'll have more coming right up with our Highmark halftime report. Jerome and Archie and I will break down the first half action, and we'll also let the festivities of homecoming here at Central Dauphin be shown. So we'll be right back on ABC 27 after these messages.
Like tough, the future of tough is here. And the Ford F-Series at Hoffman Ford are America's safest and toughest trucks. And these tough trucks require an easy-to-handle price, as in up to $12,000 off MSRP of a 2017 F-150 XLT Crew Cab. And if that's not easy enough, how about a 2017 F-250 Lariat Crew Cab for as low as $48,999, only at Harrisburg's premier Ford dealer. And remember, Hoffman has it online at HoffmanFord.com.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
For all those pokers, prodders, shuckers, and sniffers, All Giant Produce is triple checked. Farm, crate, and store. We're focusing on fresh, so you don't have to guess.
My Giant. Save big on all of your game day favorites. Only at Giant, a proud sponsor of High School Sports Live.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law, but more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case Construction and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction.
Well, it's halftime here at Landis Field. Central Dauphin 40, the Rams nothing. They didn't get on the board in the first half, but it is homecoming, and it is a celebration here at Landis Field. And we're going to kick it over to our PA announcer for them to take away the Central Dauphin Rams halftime and their homecoming. What a beautiful day. They've got some nice classic cars out here. I'd like to have a few of them myself. Let's kick it over to the PA announcer.
Good afternoon and welcome back to all Central Dauphin High School alumni here on the 2017 homecoming. Passing by here on the home side of the field, the Central Dauphin High School Student Council is pleased to welcome the 2017 homecoming court. This time, let's meet the first of our couples for this afternoon's event. Being escorted by Danny King is Lauren Curry. Lauren is the daughter of Scott and Cindy Curry. She's a varsity soccer captain that's played on the team for 4 years. At CD, she's also in the Student Advisory Club, is one of the senior sports editors for the yearbook, and is a member of the Key Club. She's been secretary for her class the past 3 years and is a National Honor Society member. After graduation, she's verbally committed to Drexel University to continue her academic studies in law and her soccer career. Danny is the son of Greg and Jean King. He's the National Honor Society treasurer and has been the class council treasurer for the past 3 years. Danny also plays varsity golf and volleyball. Additionally, he's a member of the Student Advisory Club and the Brainbuster team. He's a Distinguished Honors Student and the AP Scholar with distinction. Danny hopes to study finance at Wake Forest University next year. Welcome Lauren Curry and Danny King. Being escorted by Jamison Naiman is Zoe Dippery. Zoe is the daughter of John and Glenn Dippery. Her passion in singing has pushed her to be in choir all 4 years of high school, to be part of the CD Singers for 3 years, and to participate in county choir for 1 year. She's also been a Rams wrestling manager for 6 years. In her free time, she performs at local events and participates in church worship. After high school, she hopes to pursue her dream of musical career. With her is Jamison Naiman. He's the son of Lisa Werner and David Naiman. He's been involved with the high school theater program since the 6th grade, having had leads in performances such as Mary Poppins, Pride and Prejudice, Legally Blonde, and will be performing this year as Antony in Antony and Cleopatra. He's involved in youth and government, student council, student advisory club, girls empowerment club, and the CD Action News. He'll be taking a gap year to live in New York City to pursue an acting career, but ultimately would like to become an astronaut or an astronomer. Let's welcome Zoe Dippery and Jamison Naiman. Next up, being escorted by Matt Strickler, is Autumn Rose Fortney. Autumn is the daughter of Charles and Amy Fortney, been part of the varsity swim team and softball team for 4 years, and the cross-country team for 1 year. Autumn broke the 100 butterfly record for Central Dauphin swim team and is pursuing her goal to beat her own record in the upcoming season. She's a very competitive athlete, always training for the sports she loves. In her free time, she loves being part of her youth group and spending time with her family. She plans to major in accounting and hopes to pursue her career with the FBI. Matt is the son of Annette and Keith Strickler. He plays lacrosse at Central Dauphin. He enjoys music and long walks on the beach. Matthew hopes to go to Mansfield University to study geoscience. Let's welcome Autumn Rose Fortney and Matt Strickler. Being escorted by David Russell on behalf of nominee and football player Joey Silvers is Essence Hall. Essence is the daughter of Ebony Simmons Hall and Jamal Hall and is the stepdaughter of Francisco Vasquez. A dedicated athlete, she enjoys both playing basketball and volleyball. She's a part of the African American Heritage and Girls Empowerment Clubs. She spends time working at Ronald McDonald House and raising money for the American Heart Association. In the future, she wants to give back to her community by becoming a sports medicine physician who focuses on student athletes. Joey is the son of Lauren and Warren Silvers. He's a varsity football player who's been part of the team for 4 years. He's been in the National Honor Society for the past 2 years. He's participated in the Student Advisory Council since last year. Joey is looking at attending the University of Delaware to study pre-med. Let's welcome Essence Hall and Joey Silver. Being escorted by 2016 homecoming court member Duran Jennings on behalf of nominee and football player Grant Smith is Rebecca Vargas. Rebecca is the daughter of Justine and Jose Vargas. She is currently a member of the Four Diamonds, Spanish Club, and Student Council. Outside of school, she volunteers at the Hershey Medical Center to assist teens with autism spectrum disorder. After graduation, she hopes to fulfill her dream of majoring in nursing, specializing in pediatrics. Grant is the son of Lisa and David Smith. He's a captain for both the football and basketball teams at CD. He is also in the Student Advisory Club. Grant hopes to play football in college and study sports management. Let's welcome Rebecca Vargas and Grant Smith. Being escorted by Jacob Aaron is Reagan Hollister. Reagan is the daughter of Paul and Lori Hollister. She's been a part of the Four Diamonds throughout her higher high school career and has been an overall chair for 2 years. She's a member of the Student Advisory Club, the National Honor Society, and is running for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Student of the Year this January. Reagan's fighting spirit has been recognized by the Marine Corps as she was invited to attend the First Battles Won Academy. She's planning to study business at either the University of Alabama or the University of Georgia. Jacob is the son of Steve and Lisa Aaron. He's the captain of the varsity golf and hockey teams, on which he's participated for 4 years. He's also the yearbook co-editor-in-chief and is the Student Advisory Club. Jacob hopes to attend Penn State main campus, where he wants to study communications and public relations. Let's welcome Reagan Hollister and Jacob Aaron. Being escorted by Aaron Hall is Brittany Pop. Brittany is the daughter of Dan Pop and Jacqueline Jackson de Garcia. She's been involved in cheer and dance for over 10 years, which has led her to become a tap dance teacher at McCann School of Dance. After high school, she plans to attend college to study dental hygiene. Aaron is the son of Sean and Sinead Hall. He's a captain of the varsity basketball team and has been part of the CDHS basketball program for 4 years. He's also the senior editor of the yearbook and treasurer of FBLA. In addition, he participates in the Student Advisory Club, Four Diamonds, and Financial Club. He hopes to attend NC State University to major in either finance or accounting. Let's welcome Brittany Pop and Aaron Hall. Being escorted by Marco Bresci is Madison Schwab. Maddie is the daughter of Dan and Patty Schwab. She's been captain of the varsity tennis team for the past 2 years and has played all 4 years at Central Dauphin. Maddie is currently the vice president of the National Honor Society and a member of the Student Advisory Club. She tutors at Harrisburg City School, Melrose Elementary. She hopes to attend either the University of Maryland or Temple University to major in education. Marco is the son of Deneen Bresci and a stepson of Steve Haas. He's been a varsity lacrosse player all 4 years at CD. He's played soccer his freshman year, but stopped to focus on lacrosse. He plans to study business and real estate marketing at Gwynedd Mercy University, where he may also play lacrosse. Let's welcome Madison Schwab and Marco Bresci. Let's also welcome the 2016 Homecoming Queen, Blair Schuyler. She is escorting Homecoming Princess Mackenzie Proper and Homecoming Prince John Bankovic. Blair is the daughter of John and Kathleen Schuyler. She's a freshman at Virginia Tech University, who intends to major in business information technology. While at Central Dauphin, Blair was involved with the lacrosse team and the Four Diamonds. Mackenzie is 5 years old and is in kindergarten at Infinity Charter School. She's very excited to grow up and be a CD Ram when she gets to high school. She likes art, swimming, and playing with her cats and dog. When she grows up, she wants to be an artist or a chef. John is the son of Rob and Sarah Bankovic and is brother to Will, Anna, and Ryan. He is in the first grade at Paxtonia Elementary. In his spare time, he can be found playing baseball, basketball, soccer, and trying out new wrestling and jiu-jitsu techniques on his siblings. Let's welcome Blair Schuyler, Mackenzie Proper, and Homecoming Prince John Bankovic. At this time, The Central Dauphin Student Council is proud to announce this year's homecoming king and queen. The 2017 homecoming king is Danny King. And our 2017 homecoming queen is Reagan Hollister. Today's king and queen are being greeted by Central Dauphin Principal Mr. Ken Miller and Assistant Principal Mr. Ron Porter. Congratulations, our 2017 homecoming queen, Reagan Hollister, and our king, Danny King.
Thank you.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Karen has 459 friends, but none of them made sure she got home okay. None of them suggested she skip the next drink, try a glass of water, or maybe just call it a night. Karen has 459 friends, but tonight, what she really needed was one good one.
These past few years have been tough on all of us. You worry about the economy, your job, your savings. You may even have given up on your dream of owning your own home. But don't give up just yet. We're PHFA. We help people realize their dreams of owning their own home with features like competitive interest rates, down payment and closing cost assistance, and even free home ownership counseling. PHFA can make your dream of home ownership finally come true. Find us on the web or call us to find out how.
I'm Brian Hudson, and we're PHFA. Welcome home.
Well, you're looking inside Jerome and Archie Smith Jr. Welcome back to our High Mark halftime report and our Capital Region Insurance Agency stats. 295 total yards, 58 yards. First, talk with you, Archie, and I think penalties set it up. We know 4 turnovers, and those 4 turnovers resulted in 27 points. I don't know you come back from that.
Well, that's huge. As a defensive player, you know, you're out there to cause turnovers, and you want your offense to be able to get points. And that's what Harrisburg is doing right now. They're playing complete football. These guys are not turning the ball over. They're forcing turnovers and getting points out there. As a result, they're getting points.
Jerome, you talk about it all the time. Passing game sets up running game, vice versa. Running game sets up passing game. 226 total yards passing, 12 on the other half. And Schraub has 2 interceptions today. Boy, that's just, I mean, we can point out a lot of things. Look at the highlights coming in, too.
It just shows you the dominance of Harrisburg on both sides of the ball. I mean, defensively, as we've said, they only give up 4 points a game. So, putting up 50, giving up 4, and they're doing exactly what they've been doing all season.
And then you see Parsons just when he gets outside, he can beat you outside, he can beat you up and inside. There's a quick pitch here, and he came out 6 out. That was his first touchdown. That put Harrisburg on the board 7-0. And he bowed and offered a thanks. And then 1 yard away, Wilkerson will do this 3 times today. He had 3 touchdowns. But for Straub, he's had lots of pressure. He's done some nice things, but then Plant steps inside, interception. So we said 4 turnovers, resulting into touchdowns. I mean, it's just been 226 total yards. It's just been all Harrisburg first half, is what we talk about. And guys, when you looked at that first half, I mean, that first defensive effort for Central Dauphin, they came out of house of fire, and they looked like they had a lot of things. There's Plant that went inside from 6 out. He made a nice move, stepped in, scored a touchdown. Past Pope there. He broke 2 tackles to do that. Right here, Mike Wells-Bell will have the ball stripped out by Shaquan Butts, and it'll be recovered by Ronald Kent Jr., and this will set up a 1-yard touchdown by Wilkerson, but it was really all Harrisburg. And in the second half, guys, the clock will roll. Straub there throws an interception. Andre White takes it back to their own 30. And really, this clock will run in the second half. It's been nothing but Harrisburg. Jerome, I got to ask you this. Your Central Dauphin coming out. And Archie, too, as well. You're playing for pride. Pride possessions is really what this is about now. You know you got a big hole here. But what do you do in the second half to make some effort, Jerome?
Well, I mean, we've said this when we look at different games that are being played and we see lopsided games to start a game. The team that is down has to be able to put together some sort of success. And that means whether it's running the ball, passing the ball, and connecting plays at this point. So you can't look at the score. You're down big, you know that. You want to be able to put together sustained drives and some success, because at some point you have to begin to build on the next game. Every team you play is not going to be Harrisburg. So you have to build on the next team and build on the next game and begin to prepare for that game. So this game, you never want to say it's out. As a competitor, if I'm down 40, I believe that I can come back. You have to have that belief, but you can't come back until you begin to set yourself up to even have that chance.
Well, we have second half action coming right back up in the start of the game right now with 11:54 to play. And just like this, Central Dauphin will make an effort to try to put something on the board. We'll have Archie joining us back down on the field, Archie Smith Jr., as well as Jerome Presley and I up here in the box for the second half action here. 11:51 to play on ABC 27. Harrisburg having a 40-0 lead. First possession of this half.
And again, Todd, can Central Dauphin begin to put together something on offense?
Mike Wells-Bell getting his jersey pulled on and tugged on, and Andre White will come up to make the tackle. Weisbell had 11 carries for 42 yards. Pope had 2 catches for Central Dauphin and 9 yards.
No gain on the play.
But Central Dauphin, if you look at this stat, here's another one that really comes into play, Archie and Jerome. Central Dauphin has not advanced the ball past Harrisburg's 30-yard line at all in the first half.
Yeah, and that shows that dominance. And again, on that play, you saw defensive end Cameron Williams come up and just won't let go of that jersey, almost rips it off.
Shotgun for Straub, given to Wise. Wise left side, Weisbell. Not much there. Man, I tell you, they're trying to find an avenue in an area, but this defense is so tough. And that's Deontay Payne, the outside linebacker, 54, coming up to make the tackle.
And we have another flag on the field, too.
There's a flag down. We want to take an opportunity to thank Mr. Travis Starks, our stats keeper today, being back in the ball game with us on High School Sports Live, and we appreciate, don't we, Jerome, very much so, everything that Travis has done for us. The wise man with the stats.
Yep. Well, again, we talked about those frustration fouls, those FFs that Archie was talking about, and once again, Central Dauphin has another, and it'll back them up against Harrisburg.
Moves the ball back to the 22-yard line.
So it's 3rd and 10. They're backed up. Central Dauphin has been backed up all day. Again, has not advanced past the 30-yard line on Harrisburg today. It's homecoming here at Landis Field. We had a nice homecoming celebration in Central Dauphin here at half. Always like the festivities and what that means, homecoming to high schools across the mid-state. Mike Weisbell, left side. Nothing there.
He just ran right into a brick wall. Again.
Morrell come over to make the tackle. Nazir Morrell, the outside linebacker. He's a senior, 240 pounds, making the tackle. And it's 4th down. And Central often have to put it away.
Now, again, we talked about Harrisburg or Central Dauphin and what they needed to do coming out. For Harrisburg, it's pretty simple. You just want to sustain what you're doing in defensively.
And it's been blocked.
We just see it, and we see it again. Do what you've been doing.
Boy, oh boy, getting a short field, short porch again for Harrisburg. Archie, they're going to find every kind of way to beat you, aren't they? Special teams, offense, defense, and they come up with a block punt.
Well, what do you have is Harrisburg is still, this is the difference between when you're 6-0, you're nationally ranked in the United States of America. These guys are trying to dominate and trying to perfect their craft on every aspect of the game. Offense, defense, and special team, guys.
All right, it's 9:22 to play. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Wilkerson, shotgun formation. Parsons to his right, twin receivers left. 2 to the right. He's going to go left side to Shaquan Anderson-Butts, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
I know one of the things that I noticed about Harrisburg, and you see these big games and these big leads that they have in games. One of the things that they will not do, or that they will do, is they will treat it as if the game is 0-0. They're still playing at a level to where they're playing like they're down.
Right.
You just saw the block punt, and you saw number 30 Williams running off the field so excited, as if they're, it was
like
the game clinching.
Yeah.
And that's what you see from them. So that's where you see them mount points. They'll put other guys in the game, but those guys are just as excited as the players that are there.
Absolutely no let up. Micah Parsons, right side, cuts back to the left side. Parsons up the middle. Touchdown, Harrisburg. Parsons, his 2nd of the day. Man, they'll just find every way that they can kill you. But when you give them turnovers and you give it back to them, that's where it comes back to hurt you.
Or 3 and out. I mean, 3 and out turnovers, it doesn't matter. As soon as you give the ball back to them, I think they've scored on every drive, haven't they?
They have. Every single drive, every possession. Now, 4 turnovers have led to 27 points. Parsons had 10 carries for 39 yards and a touchdown. That's his 2nd on the day. Shaquan Anderson-Butts with the hold from Kent. The hole's low. Well, he'll have to pick it up, and he's going to convert the 2-point conversion. When you have Ronald Kent Jr. as your holder, he puts it in, and the 2's on the board. Man, when things look like they might even possibly go wrong for Harrisburg, they go right. Here is Parsons putting it in. Man.
The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, welcome back. 3rd quarter action. That was a 2-play drive, 18 yards, consisting of 1:05 for another touchdown setup by a turnover for Central Dauphin. So a blocked punt sets up a short field for Harrisburg, and they score again. They've scored in every single possession they've had the ball. I thought Weisbell might pick that one up. Pope's going to have to run it down at the 5-yard line. He's going to pick it up. He's going to cut back through, get it back to about the 15-yard line, and be wrestled down by a lot of green jerseys.
And again, one of the bright spots for Central Dauphin has been Pope. Pope has been, really running hard when he's gotten the ball. But again, you need more than just one player to make any plays. So again, can this Central Dauphin team begin to string together something offensively against a dominant Harrisburg defense?
So 1st and 10, ball on the 16 for Central Dauphin. 8:06 to play your 3rd quarter. Weisbell left side. He had some real estate. You pick up about 8, call it.
And that's what you want. Positive gain on first down gives you a 2nd and 2, a short 2 at that, for Central Dauphin. Try to get this first down and just keep building off of it.
So it'll be 7:33 to play. 2nd and 2, ball on the 24-yard line for Central Dauphin. Give to Weisbell. Weisbell right side. He's finding some real estate, crossing the 30, crossing the 40. Running hard. He has not stopped running hard. I tell you, he's been one bright point. Weisbell, he has not stopped running hard.
Yeah, and you can't. You know, again, we know that he can run, and he's coming to this season. He's having a good year so far. About 400 yards and 8 touchdowns this season for Central Dauphin. So he's shown that he can definitely run the ball. And again, they got a first down. Central Dauphin need to just continue to move the ball. Keep that ball away from Harrisburg as long as you can, and in the process, try to put points on the board.
That's Pope on the left side. Coming up making the tackles, Deontay Payne. He's been involved in a lot of those today.
Right. And I think we haven't seen Parsons on the defensive end. I mean, this is an opportunity to get him some rest. Let him sit. He's done a yeoman's job here, as well as some of those other players that have been going both ways.
So it'll be 2nd and 8 on 48, 6:07 to play here, 3rd quarter, Landis Field. Burkhart's actually, it's Colby Winters. Now Burkhart on the left side, excuse me. Burkhart running hard, and Andre White will tackle. Andre White's only a junior. Boy, he's 6'3", 215 pounds. I mean, when you wonder if Penn State will take a look at a kid like him, he's just definitely nice linebacker.
Yeah, definitely. And again, after the season, you know, get him in the weight room a little bit. You know, get bigger, stronger, faster, you know, and go along with that talent. As we know, Harrisburg has no shortage of talented athletes on that side of the ball, regardless who graduates. So they'll, you know, right, but it's all about this year right now for this Cougar team.
5:12 to play, 3rd down and 4. Weisbell crossed the 40-yard line, and Central Dauphin's getting a little bit of movement here. We've got a hold up here. We're going to talk about a flag down on the play.
After the play, personal foul,
face mask, personal foul call on Harrisburg. That'll be a nice bright point for the Rams. Continue to move the ball.
10 yards on the play, add 15 to the end. It's going to be 1st and 10 Rams at the Harrisburg 24.
So the Rams will have their best field position with an opportunity here from the 24 of Harrisburg. 1st and 10. 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter.
And if you're Ram players, you have to fight for this. You have to get in the end zone here and do whatever you need to do to make that happen. You know, you don't want to go in a shutout at any time. You got to get in the end zone.
So Pope is the single receiver here, far side. 2 receivers left. Burkhart in to give Weisbell a spell. Straub give him to Burkhart. Burkhart right side, runs hard, boom. Andre White lays an initial hit.
And you see Harrisburg defenders, like we saw in the first half, they're trying to strip the ball at every turn. They want to get the ball out of these Central Dauphin ball carriers.
2nd down and 6.
Darren Huntley, the linebacker, come up and made that tackle, or down lineman, excuse me. 2nd and 6 for Central Dauphin. Left side, Weisbell. Fernando Noah will come up to make the tackle for Harrisburg.
Loss back to 21.
It'll be 2nd and 6 for Central Dauphin. Nice spell. You see the size on this kid. Boy, he's solid running back, physical. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Yeah, they have two physical big backs back there, which you don't see much in high school. Adam Burkhardt is he's big too, you know, and he also doubles up as a linebacker. So they're all power running team for Central Dauphin.
Traub going to roll right side. He's going to keep it. He's going to cross the 20-yard line. He wrestled down at the 12. There's some good news here. Things are moving a little bit for Central Dauphin here to start the second half. So it'll be 3 minutes to play and 3 to play. And that's a first down, moving the chains for Central Dauphin.
And again, it's stringing together success with the opportunity to score, and you're keeping that Harrisburg offense off the field right now. So again, putting it in right here is huge for Central Dauphin.
Pope on the sweep, and boy, Ronald Kent Jr. come out and make a tackle. He's been all over the place too. We've called his name out in so many different ways. Ronald Kent Jr. also just picked up a loaf. I'm taking a look at this again. Here's Pope, and there's Kent Jr. just full speed along with help plan.
And if there's one area to attack Harrisburg, that's not the area. It's the outside. Their speed is so quick on the outside. It is very hard to get them.
It is. 2nd and 9 from the 12. .150 to play here. Straub rolling right. Straub better looking like you need to get rid of it. He'll throw in the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Straub throw incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Straub just trying to find some rhythm here. He was 12 yards in the first half, 2 interceptions. He's been a pretty solid contributor from the quarterback position this year for Central Dauphin, so it'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, he's had a decent year this year overall. I mean, again, it's hard when you're playing against different teams and you run up against a team like that's nationally ranked like Harrisburg. It really, you know, it's a barometer for you to show you where you are. Unfortunately, you realize that you're at a different place than where Harrisburg is right now. And there have been years where Central Dauphin has been one of the top teams in the state and especially the district. And they've put it to Harrisburg. So, you know, the tide has changed between these two clubs this year.
Straub's pass to Pope was complete. I'm not sure. I think Pope just got ejected. I don't know what he did. So after that catch,
but what he did, guys, after the tackle out of bounds, you know, he's frustrated. You know, Five still had his hand on him, kind of like almost tossing him out of bounds, and he kind of came around with a swing, which is a punch, and everybody knows that once you throw a punch or anything like that, it's an automatic rejection. I don't know the rules in PIAA, but I know, and because if you get suspended in 1 week, then you are suspended the next week in the first half.
And then what that means, you know, you're out the next week. If you're ejected from the game, you're out the next week.
Well, Pope was nothing but a bright point. So Bill Pope was a bright point for Central Dauphin, actually, especially on the return side of things and special teams. So
I hate to see things like that happen to great players like that. It's just the wrong decision and the wrong time.
And the double Fs.
Van Brusick. His kick is good. Now this is a bright point. This young man has had a foot. I mean, his long this year is 49. That's a 41-yarder for Van Brusick. And it's up and it's good. This is a kid. Look at that. Beautiful kick. So they're on the board. We'll be right back with more on ABC 27 after these messages.
No regrets.
If only she'd parked in a garage. If only they had the chimney cleaned. If only they had Erie Insurance. Erie is seriously good insurance that treats you fairly and goes above and beyond to make you feel like your auto or home mishap never happened. at rates that'll save you as much as the other guys. So get a quote from Erie today. Because whatever your regrets in life, your insurance company shouldn't be one of them.
Your local Erie agent is Capital Region Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 717-731-1142.
Those man Bursing 41 yards out, so Central Dauphin's on the board, 48-3. Let's go down to Archie Smith Jr. Archie, Saville Pope will be ejected. It wasn't for a punch. You had some clarity on it from the Central Dauphin sideline.
Yes, I did. Guys, this is what I love about my job. I'm able to interact with the referees and with the coaches, and I'm able to get the insight, the in-depth details to what is going on in the game while you guys are up at the box. So I went to the rep after the play, and I asked him what happened. He said it was him throwing the ball. Now, in the PIAA rules, if you are ejected this game, you are ejected for next game also.
Well, I like to see Central Dauphin without Pope. I know they're down without Peyton now with a concussion and concussion protocol. Thank you, Archie Smith. Boy, now you got him out of game.
Yeah, you have him out next week as well. So those things hurt. And again, you get that frustration going. You're down big. You know, nothing's going right for you, especially coming off a loss last week that you had the game in hand. So again, this Central Dauphin team is not coming off not in a good place. You come out here as a good team and you see what's happening. So, but you have to keep yourself contained. You have to make good decisions, and you have to think team as opposed to individual frustration.
Well, 36 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
OSS Health, the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board, Rolf Tractor, Giant, and Pizza Hut.
So we'll have shy of 36 seconds here. Harrisburg will have the ball here in the third quarter. The clock is continuing because of the emergency rule in effect here in PIAA. Isaiah Swalyers will step in at the quarterback position for Harrisburg. He'll be shotgun formation, and Evans will be the running back. So Swalyers will keep it. Swalyers going down the sideline. He made a move. He bounced out just shy of the 50. Wow.
And Archie will know about this. You know, when you're up big and you bring in the backups. Let's talk about what those backups are. These are guys that have been waiting for the opportunity to get in the game. So they're not getting in the game to just chill and relax. They're getting in the game to play, and they're hyped.
That's right.
And they're fresh legs.
Well, we'll see them in the fourth quarter. 48-3. More to come on ABC 27 after these messages.
Living proof of the difference you can make when you're all for health. Highmark Blue Shield.
Did you know all electronics must be recycled? It's the law. But more importantly, it's the right thing to do.
At the Recycling Center, Dauphin County residents can recycle older broken TVs, computers, cell phones, laptops, major appliances, even paper.
The Recycling Center is conveniently located on Cameron Street in Harrisburg. It makes recycling fast, safe, and simple.
Stop by the Dauphin County Recycling Center today and help us recycle the right way.
Well, welcome back. Harrisburg 48-3. I mean, Central Dauphin band here at homecoming. They're still pumping out the tunes, and cheerleaders in their pink today. Breast care awareness. It's just not been exactly everything you wanted if you're the Central Dauphin Rams. We've got a new quarterback in for Harrisburg, and that's Sawyers. Isaiah Sawyers, they're on the keeper.
23, Mason Griffin's first on the stop for the Rams. Second down and 11.
So it'll be second and 11 for Harrisburg. If you're just tuning in, we've got Dante Kent has now entered in the receiver position. Dana Purdy Jr. also into the game for Harrisburg. And that'll be incomplete for Sawyer's first opportunity to put it up. Players from all over the state of Pennsylvania will be trying out for Team Pennsylvania's Advanced Hoops Boys and Girls AAU. Advanced Hoops is a leader in AAU basketball in Central PA. Now, tryouts for spring teams are October 28th and November 5th. For more info, go to advancedhoops.com. And today's broadcast is sponsored in part by Groff Tractor, Pizza Hut, Advanced Hoops, Highmark, Brenner Family of Dealerships, and Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. Sawyers back to pass. He'll fill up pressure. He's standing on his feet. He's going to roll right. And he's going to fire. It's going to be picked off for Central Dauphin. And that'll give them the ball back. That'll be exciting for their fans. Something to celebrate. And now let's go over to the Giant food section. We have Archie joining the Central Dauphin crazy students, full of emotion. And here's the Giant student food section with Archie Smith Jr. doing their part to stamp out breast cancer as well. There we go. It is homecoming, Archie Smith Jr., so you're over there in the Giant student food section, so we appreciate Archie going in there.
I like the blue-pink.
I like the blue-point
setup, Archie.
No doubt about
I'm
it.
digging that. I'm really digging that, man. And you're with the kids.
I tell you what.
You're with the kids over there, and you just that setup just stands out over there.
He's got a face for TV. I got a face for radio.
Okay.
Right side. I mean, come on. It gets cheesier by the minute.
Gives it a rate on McCullough. He's going to gain a yard to
All
the
right.
59. He's going to bring up, the 44.
I got to come back from that. Willie Schuller on the carry for Central Dauphin. 2:10.
Well, I'll tell you, those people that come to CD games, Central Dauphin games, one of the things you have to get your hands on is one of these Farm Show milkshakes. So, I mean, I'm sorry I have to talk about that right now. Those are amazing. So, hats off to them. And for it just they're very good.
The concession stands here are amazing. Left side, and we know they always support many different booster clubs across the area. So nice pass, connection, caught.
Schwab's pass complete to Nick Gementi. Take the ball down to the 36-yard line.
Pull the catch down. He also had the interception to set up this opportunity for Central Dauphin. McCullough is also in the game, the junior, the running back for Central Dauphin. So we're seeing both coaching staffs going to the benches here a little bit, and giving some other guys an opportunity to play. It'll be 3rd and 1, 8:50 to play.
And that experience is so valuable for kids, JV kids, to get into varsity games. Some JV, some are just backups from varsity, to get in and get some experience against other varsity players when you're up big or when you're down big. You know, so that gives you experience and it builds upon your next year. So again, fans for Central Dauphin are still here cheering on their team, even though they're down big. They're still cheering on these guys out there.
Yeah, and that's a nice sign to see. So it'll be 1st and 10, Wise Bell, who's been a nice bright point for this team all year long. Good physical back. He'll get a carry again right side. Weiss Bell across the 50, cutting it up. And McCullough will come up to make the tackle. The 10th grader, he's 170 pounds.
He's going to gain 9 yards to the 23.
For Harrisburg.
Roger McCullough on the stop. 2nd down and 1.
And again, Central Dauphin, you know, you keep building off of this, get in the end zone. It feels good. It gets points on the board.
Oh, ball pops out. But it's going to be picked up by Lyman and pops out again. It's rolling all over the place. Oh, my goodness.
Man,
Lyman picking it up.
You have to do something with that, man. Number 53 for Central Dauphin.
Covered by
Booth Hessler. I mean, come on. You get the ball in your hands. You have to do something with that.
And you know he wanted to. Look, we'll take a look at it again. Weiss Bell, it pops out here. It's going to bounce around. It's going to be picked up, and he's got his opportunity. But it got stripped out.
I think he saw the end zone and was just like, oh.
I think he lit up.
Forget the ball. I just want to get there.
So Grant Smith will recover the fumble for Central Dauphin.
He didn't get to see a big guy
Get a big guy in there. Get a big lineman in there with one. 6:58 to play here, 4th quarter action on ABC 27.
And there's no give up with this Central Dauphin team. They're still fighting. You know, Harrisburg dialed it back, put their backups in the game. You're getting some of these guys a well-deserved rest in their ability to get ready for their next game next week. So,
Weiss Bell, right side, cuts up in the middle.
Mike Weisbell.
And he's going to get in. It'll be a touchdown, Central Dauphin. They come back on the board for Glenn McNamee and his team. And That's a positive to build off. But speaking of Glenn McNamee, 12th season. Look at this record. He's 1-13-33. I mean, I tell you, there's not a fire coach around in this state.
He has a state title. He has multiple district championships. He has 6 Commonwealth championships, and you know, recently, I mean, like I said, this program is in good hands. I mean, they really have been very successful. So
his kick is good. That makes the score. Harrisburg.
So the point after is good. We'll take another look at Weiss Bell's touchdown here. Just this time he was not to be denied, and he found a way in. Touchdown, Mike Weiss Bell. And you know, Jerome, you know what time it is, right?
What time is it, Todd?
It's fourth quarter action. It's your favorite time. It's
the hit parade, and what we do and what we like to do is bring hits. Oh my goodness, you got the big boys coming up. Burkhart giving the big hits, but then Micah Parsons just got one on him. He's not going to take that. And then you just got quarterbacks thinking they get ready to get it off, and no, they have to go down and they have to get sacked by some guys. I mean, guys thinking that they got some good ways to go, and then all of a sudden you get picked up and thrown to the dirt. That's what it's all about, the hit parade. We show clean hits. Oh, even if you catch a pass, almost get in the end zone, you still going to get hit, just like Pope made sure it happened. Pope had to make sure that happened. He puts a big hit. And then, when you have a receiver come up and make a big hit, and you see guys get interceptions, and they get upended too. But again, they're all clean, they're all legal. The hit parade.
Man, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I'd ever want to be part of the hit parade. That last play, 7 plays, time 346,
weren't you
45
part of the
yards.
hit parade before in your career?
Oh, I was always part of the hit parade. I just don't know if I was the one doing the hit, and I was part of the smashdown parade.
We were just talking about you being part of it. Being a part of it don't mean you had to.
Yeah, I was on the other end many times. Let me just tell you, from the running back position, left side. Oh man, I always love the hit parade, and these kids get after it night in and night out. Hey, just inside the numbers with Central Dauphin. We know Weiss Bell had 21 carries for 100 yards and a TD now, so that's a pretty good effective day for him. That's a good day. Unfortunately, on the other side of it, he had 2 fumbles. He's on the lopsided side of the score as well. But
I mean, the one was recovered by their own team, which was good for them. But 2 fumbles was definitely not something that he would want.
It'll be 1st and 10, 6:19 to play.
I think Harrisburg has another quarterback in the game, number 34, John McNeil, 9th grader.
So we got a true 9th grader here. 9th grader getting his first time action. Left side, Purdy Jr.
Quarterback John McNeil hands the ball off to Dana Purdy Jr.
Well, coming right up, stay tuned for our giant post-game show. We'll have Pizza Hut play of the game. We'll have the Hoffman-Ford player of the game coming right. Don't go anywhere. And I don't know. I mean, there's so many guys we could put this out to. I thought Ymir Wilkerson had an awesome day today. I don't know about you, Archie. I mean, Jaquan Anderson-Butts had a great day. There's so many people you can probably get this out to. But I thought Wilkerson just did all the little things as a quarterback. Where are you at with that, Archie?
I totally like what we seen. One thing I was trying to get around was, you know, the deeper that Harrisburg goes now, how much is that going to wear down on these guys that's going both ways? Now, this quarterback right here, man, he's really good. Matter of fact, he coaching over at Holy Name Jets, man. This guy put us out in the playoffs right here, man. So this guy, the Harrisburg Cougars still have a good future with this guy right here at quarterback.
You know, he's a 9th grader, John McNeil. He's 5'9", 150 pounds. Wearing number 34 in there for Harrisburg now at the quarterback position. They're giving everybody a little bit of opportunity here today. But I don't know. I don't know if things look like they're staying right where they are with 4:50 to play. I like Ymir Wilkerson as our player of the game today. I don't know, Archie, do you want to weigh in on the player of the game today from the Harrisburg side of things?
Well, guys, I mean, the guy didn't turn the ball over. I mean, I'm ready to see his passing stats. I don't think he probably had 3 or 4 incompletions.
Yeah, he's been very tight today. I mean, with things.
And he's been tight all season, if you think about it. He has not had any turnovers from interception all season. I mean, this kid has done the one thing you want your quarterback to do, and that is protect the football. So, again, I think he's definitely player of the game on my end.
First half alone, Archie was 14 for 16, and Jerome
that's
for 226 yards and 2 TDs.
That's guys. That is so hard to do in the high school level. I mean, this guy took care of the ball, and one thing that me and Jerome we always talk about is the game management. He managed the game.
Yep. And people will hear that and they'll say game manager and they'll put a negative connotation on it, and it's not worth that. I mean, when you game, that means you're handling the game, you're running the game, and you're running the show, and you're not turning the ball over. So he's able to set the tempo, and he does that effectively. I mean, hitting those seam plays and just getting the ball where you need it is just perfect.
Well, next game we're going to come back Friday, October 21st, 7 o'clock p.m. on ABC 27. We'll have Cumberland Valley at Central Dauphin East. That'll be a great game. Coming right up. Wilkerson's now 15 for 17. We end the day with 15 for 17 for 232. 3 TDs, keepers himself. So, I mean, boy, this guy had quite a game. So 3:33 to play. McNeil's our quarterback for Harrisburg. And there'll be a flag on if they're going to get this play off.
Full start against the offense. Move the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. And then after the play, personal foul against the Rams. And then unsportsmanlike conduct against Central Dauphin.
So we have another unsportsmanlike conduct against Central Dauphin.
Wow.
And they had to throw another player out. Well, that's not good news for Central Dauphin.
Especially at the time. I mean, there's 3:24 left in the game, and you get ejected. And again, you're out the next week.
That's Jaden Blair. He's 6'4", 295 pounds.
He's the starting offensive lineman.
He's starting both
defense,
ways,
yeah.
Offense and defense.
He's starting defensive lineman, and he's out the game for the rest of this game and then next week.
Boy, oh boy, it's not what you want to see right now, and it's unfortunate. Next week, Central Dauphin is at Chambersburg, and they end the season with Redland. So they have definitely two winnable games there. Chambersburg struggling a bit this year, but you don't want to go down to the shelf and start losing players like that. But so you'll be without Pope next week as well. He was ejected.
Well, when you're out, you have one guy out or two guys out. I mean, they could be big. But then when you start adding on to that, you still have guys that are injured as well. So you're talking about depleting your depth a little, or digging into your depth a little bit. So, decision making. I know Coach McNamara is not happy with that. He wants to make sure that his guys are playing discipline and not getting too choppy here in a game, even if you're down big. But that's a big deal.
Well, we know both Calvin Everett and Glenn McNamee coach fundamentals, and they also coach character. We know these guys do this whole coaching staff, both sides, do their jobs. And just sometimes, it's getting chippy. When you're down, it's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to push back, but character comes into play. A 2nd and 9, 2:19. The play clock's actually stopped because the mercy rule was in effect. So now they're going to get it started back up. So it'll be 2:15 to play here in the 4th quarter on ABC 27. It'll be 2nd and 9 from 36. Give right side is to Dana Purdy Jr. for Harrisburg. He'll pick up 3 for Harrisburg.
Takes the ball down to Ram 27 and up for a first down.
And again, that clock just keeps ticking, and we're getting down to the end of the game, and we think about, the next week. Central Dauphin will go to Chambersburg. I believe Harrisburg is State College.
State College.
So, you talk about the big stretch in the Commonwealth before Harrisburg starts today, really. I mean, you think about them against Central Dauphin, and then State College, and then Cumberland Valley, and those are probably the three top teams in the Commonwealth. They already dispatched CD East early in the season.
Tymeek Evans running really hard. He lost his helmet. He'll have to come off. He's a junior. He's 5'9". He's a solid back. Solid kid, isn't he?
He definitely is. And that's, you get those guys in the game. He plays linebacker as well, 200-pounder.
We're down under 50 seconds here in the fourth quarter on homecoming, and it's been a disappointed day. And I believe the look on the faces of the Central Dauphin Rams says all about this game. Neal, give to Purdy Jr. Purdy Jr. bouncing left side.
Purdy can run, can he?
Purdy crossed the 20. Purdy, woo. He said, let me have something to say here. I want one more time.
And the clock will not stop, so this will probably be, well, yeah, it'll keep going.
They'll try to get another play off or not. Just take a knee. It's first down and 9. Nope, they're not going to need to run another one. Like that, it's going to end. Harrisburg coming on Landis Field here today. They haven't won since 2012 here. That's quite an amount of time. So they're going to come away with the victory 48-0 and 7-0 on the year. On homecoming, disrupt the homecoming day for Central Dauphin. Harrisburg 48-10. We'll be back with some more of our post game coming right up on ABC 27 after these messages.
The Brenner family of dealerships gives you better pricing, better customer service, better selection, and a better service department for the life of your vehicle. We'll show you how at Brenner Chrysler Jeep, Brenner Nissan, and Brenner Pre-Owned. The Brenner family of dealerships on the Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, and on Paxton Street, Harrisburg. 24/7 at BrennerFamily.com. Serving Central PA for over 95 years.
What were you thinking, Chuck?
You're not 18 anymore.
Is my leg supposed to bend like that?
6 months on the heating pad. I hope it was worth it.
I wonder if cartilage grows back.
Yep, that's gonna break right in half.
This looks so easy on TV.
Groff Tractor is your full-line equipment dealer representing Case, Construction, and many other leading brands, serving the total sales, rental, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your projects from start to finish. With 11 locations, Groff Tractor is always close by your equipment needs. Groff also offers 24/7 field service. Groff Tractor is your #1 source for everything under construction. The Advanced Hoops training staff features Division I level instructors and coaches who have played professionally. Charlie Fortney's shooting instruction has proven transformational for players in South Central PA. Gerald Jarman takes players to the next level in his dribbling and crossover intensity classes. Archie Smith teaches intense speed and agility and is very motivational. 6'9" Duke McCamey is excellent at teaching young post player technical skills around the basket.
Over 30 years of Division I and professional experience. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, welcome back to our Giant post game. Jerome 48-10. Harrisburg comes by the victory. Pretty impressive. I mean, they did everything right today. They just converted on turnovers. There was, in the first half, Central Dauphin had 4 turnovers. It resulted 27 points. And we're going to take a look at our play of the game. Pretty impressive with the foot of the Central Dauphin kicker. And Versick, 41 yards out, he puts Central Dauphin on the board. And that's just a beautiful kick. And this kid has a good foot.
Mm-hmm.
Here's long as 49 yards, and that was our Pizza Hut play of the game. Boy, he had some more yet on it. So
that's a weapon in close games.
They're not afraid to bring him out 50+. And we're also our player of the game. Our Hoffman Ford player of the game was, I thought Yamir Wilkerson had the absolute beautiful day today. Wilkerson was 15 for 17 today for 232. And he controlled the game. He can do it with his feet. He can do it with his hands. He's got weapons. He's poised. He's a very poised quarterback. Look at this. Look at this ability just to get out of this. Get out of trouble and then not be brought down.
It'll be interesting to see where he ends up as far as his after college playing days. I mean after high school playing days, he's definitely getting some recruiting looks from some FCS programs. So we'll see what happens with him and how he finishes the season.
Well, Harrisburg was just under 500 or 400 yards for the day. So our next game's it's Saturday, November the 4th. We'll have Cumberland Valley at Harrisburg. It's a 1 o'clock Saturday game. I mean, that's going to be a big one. ABC 27.3. We'll have that. We'll be calling your action with Jerome Presley and Archie Smith Jr. Harrisburg 48-10. Inside the numbers, total yards for Harrisburg today, 399. Man, that was a lot to 155 on the Central Dauphin side, but it drives of 80, 69, 44, 20, 35, 53, and 18 yards. And they did everything right today. And that's why Harrisburg will come away with 48-10, and they're really, really clicking right now. So next week, or next time we'll see you will be November the 4th. On behalf of the Invicta Sports crew, the High School Sports Live TV crew, I'm Todd McCall, Jerome Presley, and for Archie Smith Jr. Have a great day. Enjoy the college football.
Real serious out there. I know a lot of guys, you know, a lot of your boys are out there dying. It ain't no joke. The grave ain't no joke.
I hear the window, thought it's your voice I heard. I feel the raindrops are falling, I see the tears you shed. My mind is constantly...
My name's Joel Delgado. I've been here for about 2 years already. This program has really helped me through a lot. Home, out of streets, basketball. Taught me how to be a better player, a better person. Helped me be a better man at home. I helped my